we go.
Welcome back, everyone, to Abomination Vaults on the UGT network. What episode are we up to now?
37.
37. Oh, goodness gracious.
If we go to 37, Sully's going to be very upset with
Yeah,
us.
she's like, you said it was only one season.
That's a season.
37 used to be a season.
Yeah,
back
the
in the
90s.
good old days.
Back in book 2 of Age of
Technically,
Ashes.
up to 52 can be a single season.
I mean, technically,
Why
I
is
guess.
50?
No
We don't
breaks.
follow TV logic.
One
one a week,
week.
forever.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a whole year, and that's like, yeah.
We can become the new Spanish soap opera.
I
Are
think
we
we
not?
should.
¿Qué es?
Yeah. I think we should do this.
¿Dónde
Lo
está la
I'm trying to
biblioteca?
translate Days of Our Lives into Spanish in my head, and I'm not quick enough.
Lo siento, mi amor.
That's not actually what that translates to, but it was a really good one. That was really good.
Hey, can we have the bilingual tag real quick?
Quick, tag it on there.
Guten Tag.
When last we left our
Trilingual.
heroes, they had discovered a secret passage being guided by the spirit of Borbo, now known as Bones, as his spirit inhabits a skeleton fish that Nil just kind of happened to have with her. But indeed, his being specially prepared vessel by the machine you found infused the power of Borbo's soul gem into the fish, and now he floats about, guiding you on a quest that only he and Naji, Maker's sword, seem to know about.
Actually,
might have
he's
been
on
a
a
good-
quest with me. I don't know if you must have gotten the wrong impression.
Well, I mean, it was someone got the wrong impression.
Guys, didn't you know this was a slice of life show?
Oh, there it is. Well, why don't we go around the tables and introduce each other? Oh, but before we do, we have Dungeon Speedrun with an Hero Points for All donation.
Oh my goodness!
Whoa!
Every single one of
Dun,
you.
dun,
Kingdom cards
dun.
handed out.
So
Very
we got
nice.
Mocker.
Very nice.
We got Nil. We got Corwin.
What was the name?
Dungeon Speedrun.
Speedrun.
We've got Calvin. And we've got Drevin. No, that one's yours.
That's yours.
Oh, did you get them specific?
I did.
Yeah.
That's why I said their names when I started handing
Fancy.
them.
All right.
That's why I passed them.
Ooh.
I kept
And
mine.
then we have another
Wow.
hero point from Bar Save the Whales
I think
for Das
This one's supposed to be
Archie.
yours.
The Archer?
That'd be me. Arcadis Archie. I figure.
Yeah, I mean that sounds plausible. We'll go with that. Boom. Here we go.
Yeah, this one's definitely mine.
You have a bow, right? You bow. That's a bow thing you do.
Okay,
I have a
this
bow. I've
this
used it a few
card
times.
Oh.
this card is fire.
Is that what the title of the card is?
Misdirected attack. Are you gonna let them beat on you like that?
Oh God, the image in my head. That sounds amazing.
I know. I'm real pleased.
Saint Fox, what about the GM? Well, the GM doesn't get anything unless you guys.
The GM doesn't get anything.
want
That's the rule.
me
Period.
To have
That's
some.
the rule.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
actually, with the history we have, please give Nick villain points.
Yeah, he always-
He'll re-roll them into ones for us.
Surely it will always work that way.
I mean, yeah, it will.
Well, I mean, just because it always has. Look, just
say
because
die one
every
more.
time I drop something, it falls to the ground, it might fall sideways some point. You never know.
I got protect the innocent.
Ooh, that's appropriate.
I can't save everyone, but I can save you.
Is
But
there
guess
any-
rip everybody else.
Yeah.
Okay, Samwise.
What you got? What you got?
Cut through the fog. I'm fine, but it left my head spinning.
That's like
you.
appropriate. That's like a standard afternoon for Nil.
That sounds like get
actually.
rid of
That's really
Stupefy.
appropriate. All right, what do we got over here?
Aura of protection. The magic sustains me.
I mean, that sounds like good for a gnome that doesn't want to get touched by people.
Absolutely, it does.
From Dungeon Speedrun, I got Daring Attempt. How hard could it be? That sounds like a
hard could it
Corwin
be?
card.
Definitely
Ugh,
does.
Yikes.
And from Bar Saves the Whale, I got Endure the Onslaught. May fire temper you and blades harden your resolve. A Kellid proverb.
Oh my God. Rules are made to be broken sometimes. Saying Fox 10. You know what? I
Dropping the
appreciate
villain
that you
point.
believe in me, and I
Statistically
I
will
believe in you,
be
speaking,
ready.
I believe in you.
I will
Nick.
be ready.
If I
You
wasn't
do.
married to you, I would totally believe in you.
Well, she believes in my ability to go and zap her with the villain point.
I believe your ability to roll a 1.
All right, let's do this.
All right, well, let's do this. Well, when last we left our heroes, we were pushing back this dark miasma that seemed to fill the hallway before you, cloying your throats, blocking your senses, but with some careful burning of sage, breaking of runes and scattering of power. The miasma is driven away from you as you push into the hallways, guided by the floating spirit of Borbo. This passage leads back under the... Oh, you know what? We never did intros. We get distracted by intros. Quick, intros!
No,
All
this
those
is a
hero
great
points distracted us.
chance to do intros as Borbo talks to each of us individually.
Yes! Remind me who you are again.
We just met.
Ultimach, Maka Thorngard, Thaumaturge, Savant, and lover of all things and all people.
And you have a really scary sword, but he has a good point.
Oh yeah, this is Naji.
Sharp
Naji
point.
is my sword, my ancient ancestor who wishes to make others bleed, and I'm here to be right all the time.
He uses the point to stab people.
It's a good point to have on a sword.
Nil Grumman over here, dwarf druid. Just really enjoying my time here so far. I got myself a new companion. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. So I glare at the fish. And just here to, have an exciting time and find some cool monsters.
Its fins kind of clack against its ribs as it's kind of swimming in the air.
Clickety-click.
I am a big old great knoll named Drevin Sorrel, charged from Saren Ray herself to come down here and keep these heathens alive.
Best doggo right here.
What have I done that's heathen to Saren Ray?
Are you a devotee?
No,
That
but
makes
I
you a
don't
heathen.
disrespect her.
That's not what
a
heathen
heathen right
means.
there.
Heathen's just somebody who's not in the religion.
The
See,
pious,
I help
Heathen is
clean
not
up
an
the undead at
insult.
the church
Heathen is
next
an
time.
adjective.
the pious puppy has spoken.
You're a heathen too, cousin. Shut up.
This is Calvin Fimblybottom. It's a gnome wizard here to take what he knows from the books and reveal the secrets to those who are just locked in their own brains, man.
He's also a wrestling champion.
Also the
Also
Gauntlet
an
Lens Workshop.
incredible wrestler.
world
Gauntlet.
wrestling champion of the Gauntlet.
Yep, absolutely.
And well, Borbo, yeah, cousin. I don't know how much you know about the Rose Guard history of this place. Koronovashti, just work for the city here down in Notari, getting things handled with surveying, figuring out what's going on here. I do have a question for you though, which is mostly, what's it like to not have legs and have a tail instead anymore?
It's kind of disconcerting. I can't kind of clacks his fins against his bone body and his tail's kind of swapping in the air. I used to be able to cast spells, but I don't think these fins...
Yeah, they don't seem too dexterous.
I'm trying, but I can't get I can't touch them.
One of the fins just falls off and and a little piece of an algae moss kind of looks like it slithers down, picks it back up, reattaches itself.
Oh, that's disconcerting.
I didn't know that was alive. I thought it was just like it grew on it.
Well, if it's growing on me, I guess it's alive.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel weird, and it...
Well, I suppose that's
I
good.
can move the fin again.
It's like, I hate to put it this way, but from the medical side, it's like you got tendons keeping your bones together now.
I mean, you sound like you'd say that like you don't have tendons.
Yeah, but you don't got muscle, which is the concerning part. You got green stuff.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, what
I
color
You have
don't
are
know
something
your
what it
against
is.
green stuff? I see how it is.
I don't know what it is. I don't want to touch it. It concerns me a little bit.
Perhaps it comes from the scaled thunderclast.
It
Quit
might.
making up animals.
No, that's what my armor is made out of.
He never makes up stuff.
He makes stuff
The
up
scale
literally
what?
constantly. It just happens to work out.
No, it's always true. That's why
Just
it works.
revealing the truth, man.
Yes.
That's what my armor is made out of, the hide of the scaled thunderclass.
Oh, it's very fancy. You've got it's like all green, and it looks like you dyed it. And there's holes in it, though. You know about those holes in there, right?
Strategically
Oh,
placed.
I think I caused that one. I threw a rock at you. It was sharp.
Well, I forgive you.
You also fell in a lot of glass.
You're a great guy.
I know.
Click, 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 click,
Have you
click.
seen my smile?
Oh, it's very bright.
The Riz.
There's nothing down here to reflect it on. What's bright about it?
I'm assuming some of you are bringing light sources, otherwise Maka would be walking into walls
in fact,
right now.
the fish is very bright right now.
Oh, well, there you go.
Reflecting off the
Reflecting
Borbo
fish.
creates his own light.
He's the bright guide leading you down this passageway.
It's just his smile.
That's it. That's it right there. He's all smile. He's a bony fish.
All right.
Well, this passage leads back to the servant quarters underneath the keep. There were kind of like bedrooms for people like servants and butlers and things. They're probably all dead though. I never really came over here too much, but they would come through this hallway sometimes to like change the bed and like kind of dust up and bring us food. It was pretty convenient.
All right. Where does this lead?
I'm surprised your master had him coming over here. He seems like the type to make you doing that.
Huh? Oh, well, I'm not his slave. I'm his apprentice. He taught me magic, and he taught me things. That's why he went to preserve my body and change my soul. It was to go so that I could survive to serve him. But I guess he just forgot about that. But he's gonna remember. And he looks over at Najee, and kind of the little fish body nods at Najee knowingly.
I mean, from what you said, it sounds more like he kind of lost it after he changed himself and... You know.
Going crazy from losing your mortal form is no excuse to forget your promises.
Yes.
I'm just going to leave that one untouched.
Excellent logic.
Excellent logic, and I agree that revenge is a great motivator.
The little fish kind of continues to float down the hallway, and it comes to just a door in the end of the hallway. He kind of like opens his fish mouth and like grabs a little lever and kind of tries to tug it down. But he's not really very strong, and he can't
Jaw
quite do it.
dislocates.
Allow me.
Some moss goes up, relocates.
Clank.
I don't like that sound.
Your thaumaturgic readings here, this hallway is very mild. You can sense just very faint energies of those who would use this place. This was a convenient way to transport supplies underneath the swamp over to the apprenticed outpost. That's what this place was here for. It doesn't sound like there is anyone who was murdered in this hallway. You don't feel any kind of weird vibrations.
I'm gonna pull the lever down for him.
You pull the lever and the door will kind of slide to the side, revealing a dusty passageway in front of you. This passageway, far from being the narrow servants' corridors, appears to open out into a living area. Filing out, it's still very dark here, but it's very dusty here. While there was just kind of like a musk, kind of a stale air, this place, it's like you walk in and you can see dust and dirt floating in the air as the light of Borbo shines and runs into this sort of cloud. You can clearly see it. There is a lot of debris in this room. Some of it appears to be fairly freshly turned. You can see, in fact, a section of the ceiling has collapsed down on the far side, and there is what may have been a stairwell leading upwards. In fact, this could very well be the stairwell that collapsed once the wisps that had gone and imprisoned both Nil and Kalbum had finally had their spell broken. The dust down here is not settled at all, and as you move into this room looking around, Borbo's kind of turning from left to right. I never really came over here, so I'm not really sure what the layout is. And as you kind of come down this hallway, you can see doors that are just plain wooden doors, don't appear to be latched at all, and some of them are even ajar, through which you can see just a plain, unadorned sleeping chamber. Exactly what you would expect a fairly low-ranking servant to go and live in while they were working at their area. However, rounding a corner, the hallway opens out into a larger area where there are, again, more rooms around, and again, a massive pile of debris. More interesting is that there seem to be some creatures that, as you enter the room, the light from Borbo kind of reaches out to them, and they turn to face you, and they hiss and cover their hides as they kind of peer at you from between their fingers. And they're fairly small, maybe about 4 feet high, a little taller
Giants.
than you. Yeah.
Absolute giants.
But very, very scrawny. Their eyes, though, are huge in their skulls,
little golems?
and look very, very golemish, actually. Very kind of milky. And in fact, if those of you who had a strong enough imagination, recalling that the Mitflits claimed they were driven out by mushroom-eyed people, you could see the resemblance. However, they see you and immediately hiss, and three more of them pop up from where 2 of them seem to have been digging what looks like the wreckage of some kind of ballista that has been buried in the rubble. But they quickly pull little knives out and hiss at the party as you enter the room and spring forward to assail you.
There's 5 of them?
There's 4 total.
Okay.
And we are going to go for some initiative.
Oh, wait. They really are like little golem bat things.
Yeah, you see them?
They want the precious, and by precious I mean our blood.
They want our fish.
They want your fish.
Not my fish.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's not bad.
I was recalling knowledge. Was anybody
Also was I.
scouting?
Not I.
Searching.
No, I think we were both searching.
Okay.
Searching, and you were
Also recalling knowledge.
also recalling knowledge. Okay, well, the both of you get to recall knowledge. What is y'all's society?
0.
6.
Okay. Par. Okay. Right off the bat, you kind of look. Maybe your vision is kind of blocked by the haze. You don't get quite a good look at them. Your brain doesn't quite make the connection. Mocker, something tickles in your brains about these guys. They definitely look subterranean, but beyond that, you don't really have too much time for anything to come to mind before they spring into action. Why don't we go with some initiative, everybody?
24.
25.
25. Anybody?
13.
Woo!
I'll see your 13, and I'll lower you to a 10.
Oh my
Yikes.
god. All right.
28.
Don't get it wrong here. I rolled an 18.
Sorry,
I got
12.
a 16.
Yeah.
Incredible initiative.
So it doesn't change.
Hey,
you
it's 2 more.
It's true.
Unless someone ties you. It does mean you go.
Well, you know,
we separated out perfectly.
you made a. He's not special. He's just a normal guy.
We only got 3 of the
We
normals.
only got 3 of the normals. So yeah, they're kind of like a little pack here. Corwin, what you doing?
Well, step 1, devise a stratagem. Actually, no. Step 1, we're gonna just recall knowledge on these guys. Figure out what are these.
What's your society?
Oh yeah, you roll these. +9.
+9. Look at you.
High intelligence.
All right, so you focus down on these things, and it doesn't take you too long. These things are called Morlocks. They're actually not so much a goblin or a fae. They're actually like a humanoid. Legend states that the Morlocks descended from a tribe of humans that were sealed underground through a cataclysm long ago. And they learned, grew, and adapted to live in these underground environments. And over the times, their bodies changed to better accommodate their surroundings. So their eyes grew huge. They learned to see in the dark. They were able to live off of mushrooms. They sort of developed a violent sort of tribalism. They are not well organized, but they are very violent. They tend to attack people on sight. No one has ever successfully been able to cut a deal with them that did not shortly fall apart due to backstabbing or infighting. One thing, though, that you do know about them is that their overly developed eyes to be able to see in the dark are quite sensitive to bright lights, as evidenced from them recoiling from the light of Borbo as he walked in here.
They don't like the light too much. Their eyes are taking in far too much of it. I think if you get a bit close with the light, we should be able to at least fend them off a little bit, but they ain't going to go down with words. Second action is going to be just move over to the one on the far right and take a swing. Gonna put myself up against the wall.
Here you go.
That's 10 on the die, plus 10, 20 total.
20 total. The things are dodgy, but they're completely unarmored and only armed with what appears to be a dagger. You catch him solidly.
Alrighty, not gonna be a ton of damage here. 5, yep, just 5.
5 damage. You draw a shallow cut, causing him to hiss in pain. Nil.
I do have the torch in hand, because I was carrying the torch.
You have a torch in hand?
Yes.
Okay, it recoils from your light as you draw up.
So eyes alight, extremely excited. I go to run past our front line here, and I kind of go to wiggle in between them, and I trip. And so as I'm kind of falling forward, I'm wrestling in to like get something out of my bag, and I end up just in front of Mocker. And as I trip, it ends up spewing out of my bag a like torrent of creepy crawlies, and I mean a flood, an entire 30-foot cone of a swarm of insects just like fly out of the like, and it's just like a clown like pulling out ribbon. It just keeps flying.
A biblical locust swarm
Yeah.
appears underground.
I am so happy you're in front of me.
Yep.
And,
I'm glad I got up against the wall.
If you
And-
actually trip, I'll give you an extra 5 feet of range.
Oh, sweet.
All right.
Yeah, for sure. So, and I'm like, and I just catch Mocker's leg as I try and like bulge by, kind of, squeeze by. And it just huge cone of insects.
Oh my
goes
God.
by. And they
Glad
have
I'm not
to
these guys.
They have to do a saving reflex throw.
Reflex saving throw.
While
All
I
right.
hate all of Nil's spell descriptions, they are really good spell descriptions.
Very solid. Very solid.
Alrighty, so let's see here. These are reflex save, you said?
Yes.
Alright, so we got.
How many bones
They're
are
pretty
about to
dodgy.
explode?
Alright,
They
so I've
look
got
pretty dodgy.
a 25,
Okay, that's a success.
23,
Success.
a 28.
Is it if I have spell DC 18? Is that a critical?
That's a critical
Okay.
success. And then I have a natural 1.
Oh, nice. So that would be a failure, a crit failure.
That'd be a
right?
crit failure, I'm pretty sure.
Okie dokie.
That man
so,
gets eaten.
He gets I think double. I'm not sure what. Okay, so that's pretty good damage here.
Wow, that's nice.
13, 18.
3d8 damage. Woo.
Yeah, that's 18. They take half if they succeed, and I think they take double. If they crit fail, they're also the one that rolled a 1 is also sickened.
He ate a tarantula. and he's
Yeah,
like,
that was
Oh,
pretty bad
right in his
time for
mouth.
him.
He's sickened, and is it a basic save?
I don't know.
It's not basic save because
it's
it adds
saving.
sickened if you
Okay.
fail it, but that's
Okay,
fine.
yeah.
And then
I think you said it was
the last one, so they took a total of 18 damage, and it's
Yeah.
doubled if they. Yeah, so that guy on the right just gets devoured. He screeches in pain as these insects consume him.
It's like that scene of the
And as
in the Mummy.
Yeah, and as
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
And they actually, as they go out and they kind of consume all of this, once they get satiated, they'll actually turn back around, and I'm like, wait.
Throw it back into your bag.
And I'm like- and so I'm like trying to like get them to come back over here. The ones that have already like consumed a good amount of flesh will start heading back this way. Works out that I'm already on the ground.
Yeah, it does. It does. Well, that was horrifying.
He's just bones.
They're heroes, I promise you.
I never said anything to that effect.
All right, Drevin, what would you like to do?
I will walk to be directly in front, standing between allies and everyone.
Yep.
And the one in front of me, I assume they all three don't look well, the one critically succeeded. The other two probably don't look great.
They look a little gnawed. The one that Corin stabs looks a little bit worse, but they're not like limping or anything like that. They danced away from the worst of it.
Then, speaking to them, I don't know if they can understand me, but I'll let all three of you leave now. And I'll try to disarm the one in front of me.
Okay. You're gonna need to let go of take a hand off your weapon and try to wrench the knife out of his hand.
Yep.
Go for it.
And this did get updated in the remaster too. In order to not have, if he succeeds, in order to lose the penalty, they do have to spend an action.
Oh my!
It's not free on the first part of the turn anymore.
It's not. Yeah, disarm isn't worthless anymore. That's fancy.
Natural 20.
Well, he's
I just
disarmed.
take his knife and
Mine.
throw it on the ground.
Wow. Okay. You rip the knife away from him, drop it on the ground,
And I'll just re-grip my weapon.
and he'll stare back. Let's see here.
That's the first time a disarm has ever worked.
Yeah,
Legitimately, yeah, that's the
yeah.
first time.
Second time. I remember one other time, a long time ago.
Did it work?
It was
Yes.
during
No.
Leshy. It was during Leshy Daycare.
Yeah,
It was a
it was.
telekinetic
Daycare.
maneuver.
Yeah, it
I'd
was.
never seen it work before. The creature is wide-eyed and startled, and kind of like takes a half a step back, but otherwise doesn't seem to react. It doesn't look. You don't see any understanding in its eyes when you talk to it. The one they'll kind of bark at each other in kind of a chittering language. Where those of you who speak Undercommon, which I recall is I think 2 of you. Three of you? Okay. They're strong. Oh god, and they magic. We'll take them. Take them down. I don't know. I'll tell the boss. One of them says. The one that has been disarmed, kind of takes the opportunity to scamper away and disappear down a hallway.
I would, even if I had AOO, do nothing to stop him.
Okay.
Yeah, that's within the tenets. All right, I guess
Yep.
he understood.
Yeah, I guess he gets the message.
All right, cool.
I guess he figured out what was going on.
No recognition in his eyes. Runs away. He got it.
This guy gets it.
The 2 remaining Morlocks are going to kind of grip their daggers, and they're going to move in almost a low, crouching, scuttling pattern. This one is going to move in the back, enter the space of its companions, and as its companion lunges high to attack you, Corin that is, the other one will lunge low between its legs, taking advantage of the opening made by its friend.
That's rude.
They also don't seem to be really slowed by scrambling over the debris in this room. They seem quite agile. So that's going to be a natural 20.
Well, I'm gonna say that crits.
I think that would crit. Yes, indeed.
And that one's
that's
gonna...
Man, I roll min on my crits against you guys all the time.
Well, before you tell me damage, I am going to use Endure the Onslaught for
Okay.
this, which gives me resistance 5 to all damage till the start of my next turn.
How does resistance stack?
It doesn't.
Use the highest.
Use highest.
They are the same, but I get to hit it anyways.
You can hit the guy, yeah. I just take 5 less damage from
Yes,
this.
you take 5 less damage, and because it did not heed the warning of a Serenite, it is about to receive the pancake treatment.
The pancake treatment.
Yes.
Well, you're going to take 1 point of damage.
Okay.
21.
21, you catch it.
And then the other attack.
It's actually going to... Let me see if it survives.
13 damage, and if it's undead, additional d6.
It is not undead.
think so.
However, it does look quite beaten.
Because this is the one that critically succeeded.
Correct.
Yeah.
Then it's going to retreat out of range as a part of this scuttling swipe as it makes it slashes through. The other Morlock is they didn't leave the same space. They occupied the same space actually. And then the one that remains is going to take a slash at you with his dagger for a 22.
The normal hit.
D4s are annoying. I can't pick. Ow! I stabbed myself. I'll pick this one.
That's the d4
Don't
treatment.
use the metal one.
Yeah, 1 damage.
6 points of damage on that.
Is that -5 already?
No, it's not -5.
So I took 2 damage from those 2
The
strikes.
crit did 1. The normal hit did 1. These guys don't do much damage.
Well, it's a little knife and they're tiny little
Stabby,
guys.
stabby.
Tell that to a rogue.
I also had resistance 5, which at this level is very good.
Yes, solid.
And the Morlock is going to take a second swing at you, actually, and start to for a natural 20.
Oh,
When they
nice.
crit us, I got resistance 5.
That's
Thank you,
value.
Bar Save the Whales, from preventing
Yeah,
two
that
crits
was-
from dealing
that
a
was
lot of
sol-
damage.
that was
Well done,
solid.
well done. This one's a bit chonkier. You're going to take 5 points of damage after your resistance.
Okey-dokey.
And
looking
then
pretty good
it's
after
going
that.
to turn and run back to the hallway.
That went from 22 damage to 7.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
That's some
That's,
value.
it's a real
That's
good
value.
card.
It's pretty good. All right, Callum, you're up.
Okay. Calvum reaches up, pulls this out of thin air, and then it turns into a bolt of lightning and a bolt of ice, and shoots in a ray configuration to the one that is. Can I actually reach the one that's in the hallway? No.
In the hallway, you can. He'll just have cover.
No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna the one that I can
Clearly
easily and clearly hit. For a AC of 25.
Solid hit.
Okay, great. So yeah, it rolls there.
You can't roll the cat toy.
I can. I rolled it.
Feast and famine.
It's 9 points of frost damage.
9 points of frost damage. You hit that thing solidly, and it rolls in a heap, twitching in the rubble.
We gotta see.
And then I shield myself, and that's the end of my turn.
All right. Well, Mocker, what do you want to do? It looks like your side is having no trouble whatsoever.
Mocker will call out to them in Undercommon. Should you wish to actually have a discussion with us, we're happy to talk to your boss.
They can talk. They can talk.
Of course we can talk. All you had to do was talk.
They're just gonna stab us in the back. Deal with them quick.
Would you like to talk?
I'd offer you diplomacy check, but that's like a level 15 feat. So, you can offer a surrender. That's perfectly fine.
That's what he'll do.
Okay. Do you want to try to back it up with any kind of? If you want to.
He'll say, if you're willing to talk to us, we can guarantee you that there will be rewards on the other end.
Hey, you know what? Give me a diplomacy check. What the heck? Why not?
It's just a tiny little guy.
Yeah.
He's small.
I know what that's like.
Careful. He's got a knife.
Not for long.
That is a 16 on the die, plus 7 is a 23.
23. Okay. You call this out, and you kind of see a stutter step, but he doesn't immediately do anything. You got 2 actions left if you want.
I'll move up beside Drevin, just to make sure that he's not alone up there. But honestly, like, if we're gonna be down here, I don't necessarily want to alienate them if we can do something with them. So I'm not gonna like go chasing after them to cut them open.
Okie dokie. So you'll move up, and then you'll move. Corwin.
Does this fella, after my cousin's words, look like he is debating this situation?
Perception check.
He looks like he's about to throw his knife at you.
That's a natural 1.
Natural 1.
He looks like the most peaceful man you've ever seen.
That is a
Well,
man.
It depends on what he's doing.
He's actually your wife.
I don't have a ring!
You look down. Oh my God, I'm married. When did this happen?
He's been rolling for 1 perceptions the entire time.
Borbo's got a little collar and a little marriage certificate floating next to him.
You're ordained? Under
He's
what
a-
priest?
He's a priest.
Oh, me.
No, Borbo.
This is how confusion should work.
It is, yeah.
The world alters.
What is happening? No, this
So
is just how our
Corwin's not
party
sure what's
functions.
real. What is though is Fog of War is completely like reading people. It's like you actually stop and focus for a minute, and then kind of shake your head. The time is going to move. You're actually going to be spending 2 actions trying to figure this thing out as you're just kind of peering at this thing, trying to get a feeling for it before you snap back to reality and realize that the battle is continuing.
Hope there goes gravity.
Just trying to read this. Not sure. Just gonna pull a potion out from his side.
Okie
That's
dokie.
third action.
Nil.
Wait, everybody. Watch your step. Watch your step.
all the creepy
The
crawlers.
sound,
Still on
And
the
there's
ground.
the sound of chitin on stone is echoing as your creatures
There's
return
like,
to you.
yeah, there's like a couple really slow fat ones.
Didn't realize you're playing Oogie Boogie. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, this is very important. Fortunately, the other ones were they're light-footed.
Yeah.
The enemies are pretty light-footed. And I'll be still down here crouched on the ground. And I'll kind of like slither forward a little bit, like crawling around.
Is she looking at my
Drevin's-
cape?
No, yeah, I'll just slither right around Drevin's legs and get like the really engorged fat ones. They're like dragging their
You
belly
have to
on
like
the
pick
ground.
it up. You have to pick them
Yeah,
up
I'll be like,
individually.
come on, in here.
Some of
in
them
here.
roll over, and you have to kind of roll them into your bag.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm like, perfect. Okay, gently. I don't want any of them to pop. And then I'll stand back up. And that's my turn.
Okay.
It's like the Huna
Two
Makata
action,
scene.
disgust action.
Oh crap! I gotta.
I'm just learning that every time Nil goes to do anything, just zone out, fully
awful.
dissociate. You just ends up better for you overall. Just don't be in the situation.
Oh my gosh. There's a
Do you want an
there's a little
Appleberry? Because I've got more now.
I got a potion. I'm fine.
there's a,
Is that how you made alpha
that,
berries?
exactly.
They're just bugs.
These ones are alive.
You don't have to swallow it. It just crawls down your throat.
It really is like the Huna Makata scene,
Yeah,
freaking
yeah.
Lion King scene, man. Oh, this is great.
Slimy but satisfying.
Yeah, exactly.
Neither of
Oh
those
my
things.
Yeah, all right, Drevin. What do you want to do?
I will move up to be adjacent and ready a strike if our fine little gentleman here does not retreat.
All right,
and
sounds
just
good.
nod my head off in the other direction.
Gotcha. All right, so
and it immediately goes back for a strike.
If it does, I get to hit it as a reaction.
this thing actually is gonna kind of look, and it's gonna be like, "You let me go? You let me go? Ha! You let me go!" And he runs down the hallway and disappears through a door.
What in the world?
I mean, it
was
shouldn't be
that all
surprised.
about?
I
Them
let it go.
Morlocks, they're just gonna go tell the boss and bring more to kill us.
If they betray us, I'll squash them all.
It's literally the only thing they do when you talk to them is betray you.
Didn't you say something similar about the Mephits?
I mean, yes, they also are probably gonna do that when we get back up there.
But they haven't yet. We
Man,
at
you-
least give them a chance to prove that they're unworthy of it.
I mean, they tried to stab me successfully pretty hard.
Drevin, you're a really upstanding fellow. I'm actually quite proud to be your friend.
I try to be, thank you.
How tall is the ceiling down
Down
here?
this healing potion.
The ceiling, these
I'll lay on
are
hands
servants'
as well.
quarters, so
I
it doesn't
have
look like they were
potion. I have
built
extras.
for any type of grand reception or
worth
anything
it.
like
We don't
this.
have 10 minutes.
Yeah, like maybe they're 10-foot ceilings. I mean, to you, they're nice and big.
All right.
but-
Well, I was worried about Drevin.
yeah,
over
Drevin,
I'm-
if he stands on his
yeah.
tippy toes, his ears start to brush the ceiling in certain places.
Alabaster, what do you think of this?
here. Are we out of combat, by the way?
You are totally out of combat.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no more enemies in the room. Unless you want to start fighting amongst yourselves.
I don't
Gotta
think we're
retrieve
out
the
of
cat
combat.
toys.
Yeah.
Nil, as much as I adore you, sometimes you can be a little disturbing. And I say that in the most complimentary of senses. But
Nil blushes.
the bug thing,
We gotta go figure out where they're going. If they're getting their boss, let's
Come along.
go after
I
them.
guess we should leave, yeah.
And I'll continue down that hall where they went.
The hallway continues, and on either side of you are more doors.
I will use scent to follow them.
Sure. They did just leave, so you can definitely pick up their scent, kind of sniffing as they go.
Are you a dog or a pig?
Yeah.
No, that's the pious puppy.
Going down this hallway,
He's
gonna
got
swap over
pug.
to the bow.
He sniffs like a pug.
He farts like one too.
I'm just swapping sword for bow.
Sword for bow, awesome. Exploration activities are going to be your same usual ones.
Sniffing.
Alrighty.
Well, I know they're there, so I'll swap to scouting.
Sure.
I'm literally tracking, so.
You seeker type people, go ahead and give me a perception check.
It's me.
Are you scouting or seeking?
I'm tracking.
No.
That's its own thing. We almost never use
It's
it.
very rarely used yet.
24.
24. And
That's me. I'm the only one.
oh, okay, very good.
Because I swapped to scouting because
So-
I know there's.
You
Enemies.
you can hear what sounds like there's a door on the other end of this hall that the little Morlocks ran through, closed behind them. And you could kind of hear what sounds like a commotion. You hear the sound of breaking glass, not like, you know, a toll like cabinet or anything like that. But you hear like a glass bottle broke or something. And you hear the sound of retreating footsteps. This will, once you get to the end of the hallway, there are many doors down here, but each of the doors just opens into their own little servant's bedroom. Very bare bones, not at all occupied. It looks like it's been tossed by the Morlocks, but nothing really else of interest here.
I'd pretty much be ignoring any door that doesn't smell like Morlock has just entered that room.
Yeah, that's going to be that door down there. And you head down this corridor to this door, and with you kind of push the door open, and it opens into an office. Very clearly an office. There's a desk sitting right in the middle of the area. One thing that's actually rather interesting is there is what looks like a broken clockwork creation. There is old clothing kind of tattered around it that may have looked quite fine many years ago, but it looks like this was an automaton of some sort that was designed to be dressed like some kind of butler. And in fact, its hand is sort of frozen in this position, where if it were turned upward, it could balance a tray in its hand. The creature, the automaton, is long since been broken, and the guts look like they've been pulled open and gone through with questing, curious fingers. One thing you'll recall about Morlocks is that they have sort of a tinkering instinct. They don't really understand what they mess with, but they can't not mess with things.
So they're me.
They're the kid that takes apart the vacuum cleaner just to see how it works, and then they just leave it broken on the ground.
Well, sometimes they put it back together.
I put the vacuum
but
back
don't
together.
ask them how the vacuum. They don't learn how the vacuum cleaner works. They're just curious. They take it apart. Sometimes they put it back together right.
Son, why'd you destroy the microwave? I don't know.
I was curious. I fixed it. I'm gonna put it back together. Yeah, I've got a story about that from my childhood. But that's
So
not
I
time for
read
theater.
a book about this. I bet this was the president, because the president is a robot.
What?
They don't want you to know about it, but this is one of the original robot presidents.
I don't think their society runs on a democracy.
That's what they want you to think.
Wait,
They
Y'all
just call
looks
him
dead.
boss.
See?
Sounds more like a gang.
He's elected a boss. He's a elected boss.
I think they elected by killing the previous
are
one.
all presidents robots?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Explains so much.
It does. It
What
does.
is wrong
it
with
does
you?
Explain a lot.
I just know
All
things.
of you.
Huh?
Should we take its head to intimidate others?
No. That's crazy. But
Look, it's going to be too much to carry right now. I might be able to fix it up and get it working again, but we got to get it out of here first.
yeah, you'd need a workshop. So a few things catch your eye about this room. The desk has been tossed by the Morlocks.
Is there any broken glass?
Well, looking around, you do in fact see some broken glass. There are two doors that are in the back of this room. One on the left is closed, and it is just a closed door. The one on the right is open, and you see a broken bottle that's been smashed, clearly deliberately, in the doorway. This appears to have been. There's a shimmer on the wall on this that's reminiscent of like an oil slick or a film of
Is
some
it
sort.
similar to that stone we found earlier?
That's an odd comparison, the slick stone that you found. But yes, really the slick stone looks more like an oil slick, but this is an oil slick, and so
Yeah,
I found one first.
This is oil.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's-
Oil comes from the stone, obviously.
That's fair. That's fair. I can't say anything to that. That's absolutely fair.
All oil comes from rocks.
From this
we
one
know.
rock, actually. This one.
The door is partially ajar, and past it you can see what looks to be a hallway in the gloom. But you can hear the sound of some sort of commotion down that hallway, which sounds like whispering, kind of talking. Like it's almost as though there are. It's almost as though like you can hear those Morlocks are down through that doorway. The other thing that catches your eye is that the guts of this creation have been opened, and there is a very shiny crystalline gear in the center of this thing's chest, which looks quite fancy and could probably fetch a pretty penny if you are skilled enough to extract it. But aside from that, nothing else really of interest in the room.
What would you want to extract it?
Probably crafting.
probably crafting.
Not an attack roll.
I'm pretty
Not
good
an
at
attack roll.
Well, I mean, depends how many pieces you want to get it out.
Look, I can
especially
probably
with a
get it out
maul.
of there. But why don't we deal with the imminent threat before we go trying to loot it?
This
It's
is
going to take me some time.
this is surely a savage race if this is what they do
To their president.
We should be worried. Maybe we should follow
Yeah.
Corwin's advice.
We'll come back for this later. It's easy enough to get out of there. Don't worry.
We do want that presidential gear, though.
That
Rough.
is
That's what
agreed.
gives it its power.
How far down the hallway are they? Are they inside of 30
So you
feet?
can't see them.
But if that's-
The
but I can
doors.
smell them.
You can smell them. You can smell that they went this way. As you approach the door, you can kind of catch a waft of not the creature who ran from you, but the waft. This one is a bit. This musk that you're smelling is stronger. It has more of an imposing quality to it.
That one forgot his patchouli this morning.
I don't understand. He'll say as he picks up a piece of the mirror,
Mirror?
the smashed mirror on the ground.
Bottle?
Bottle. Glass.
Yes.
Careful of the oil.
Yeah, you can reach and pick it up. It's kind of slick in your
They're
hands.
probably just
It's like
trying
a
to slow
stone
us
that we've
down.
already picked up.
It's
Yes,
fine.
very similar to that.
Fine, I'll put it in my bag.
Oh, okay. You have a broken shard of an
Look,
oil
this,
bottle.
This is how you get esoteric.
I mean, it's fair.
Okay.
Unless that's going to be producing light, I don't think it's going to help you with these fellas too
No,
much,
I'm-
but you do you.
I'm
A
just-
can of PBR.
I mean, have you seen the iconic? That man is just 40k sized armor on a dude,
It's all junk.
and it's all junk.
Trying to figure out how, if it's the source of the president's power, the president could be broken and the gem is still intact.
Because half his parts are missing. Some of them are on the ground.
No, it's not the source of the president's power. It's the source of the presidential power.
It all becomes clear now.
Okay, that makes a bit more sense. Thank you.
When you become the president, they put it inside of you. But somehow this one ain't working.
I swear at this rate I'm going to be going to the Osprey Club more often.
I'm just gonna open the door now.
You push the door open.
From this side, because I'm assuming that they're trying to do something with the oil.
Sure. The oil, you stay out of it.
Purposely, like, just not in the oil.
Yeah, I mean,
Step
the oil
over.
is clear. First off, just looking at this oil on the ground, it's a smooth stone floor underneath the oil. Stepping onto it with any kind of, like if you tried to just stride through this oil, you'd have to be careful to not lose your balance.
Step.
Yeah, but
I Tom Cruise slide again.
you push the door
the broken
open.
glass.
Yeah.
And
Barefoot.
the hallway extends about 20 feet long, and a couple things happen as Borbo floats closer and his light kind of shines into the room. You can see that the walls of this hallway have been mosaicked with scrap and timber and gears and scavenged bits of metal and furniture. It seems that the Morlocks have an aesthetic, and the aesthetic is
I like it.
junkyard chic.
Oh, that's my bedroom.
Yeah, I love it. That's
Yeah.
certain
An antique store that someone just put a bull through.
Yep, absolutely. And you looking through the hallway, it's otherwise appears to have been just decorated with this junk fresco on both sides. But what draws your attention most immediately after is the far side of the hallway is a doorway through which two Morlocks are crouched, one on top of the other. One of them is actually hanging off of the door frame. They seem to be natural climbers and very agile. These Morlocks are quite bigger than the little scavengers that you ran into. These seem to be fully grown. You can see the wiry, taut muscle on their arms and across their chests. And as the door opens, they both shout in a language that three of you will recognize, "Now!" And rocks will sail through the doorway, sailing right into you.
And that is exactly why I didn't stand in the wide open.
That's true. You are going to get cover from this, so +1 to your AC normally. So we've got ourselves a 25 and a 22 to hit. I'm sorry, 26 and a 23.
Both will hit. Even with cover, wouldn't have made a difference.
So we've got ourselves...
What did I tell you?
That they would throw rocks? I didn't hear anything about throwing rocks.
That
He
they'll
did
try
not
and
say
13
kill
anything.
points of bludgeoning damage total as both rocks smash into you. They can really throw these things. And that's a perfect time for some initiative.
Are the ones that are bigger more luck?
God dang.
Ooh, even
All right.
better this time.
All right. Exactly the same.
See, my brain just went like, oh, we just beat up their teenage sons because these ones are the fully grown adults.
That's kind of sad.
You
Now they deserve it.
monsters. The party was the monsters all along.
Nil was the monsters all along. They're in the bag.
So we're going to be a bit further down. If you want to reveal the top, the quarter behind that door.
21.
21.
22.
22.
19.
19.
16. I can do math.
16.
30.
What?
18 on the
Yeah,
die
there
plus
you go.
12. All of those
Dang.
are one higher because I am scouting.
I factored that
Okay.
in.
Yeah.
I didn't.
I didn't
I'm
put
still
it
a 19.
So I'm 31 actually.
It doesn't really change our order, I don't think.
No.
It won't change
But it
anything unless
changes
the
if
enemies.
they tie.
Yeah.
They might change.
Right like that.
Sweet.
Alrighty. So these two guys are going to be in this doorway. And they're going to be on top of each other because they're sharing the space.
That's the weird thing that they can do.
That's a weird thing that they can do.
It's illegal.
You'd think only the small guys could do that.
Stop that.
Drevin's going to be, yep, perfect right there. And everyone else is going to be kind of crowded in behind them.
That's a tiny office.
It's a pretty tiny office. Yup. All right. So what's Corrin want to do?
Well, how hard did those rocks hit you for?
He's like staggering and blinking a little bit.
Yeah. You said 13 total?
I believe I
Not
did.
13 twice.
13 total.
Not that bad.
Okay.
Like, worse than the needles that were poking my ears when we first got here, but
Oh, that sounds lovely.
he
worry about it.
tracks his trauma.
Yeah.
Well, step 1, devise a stratagem. See if I'm going to be able to shoot these guys.
Sure.
10 on the die. I think that'll do it perfectly fine.
Okay. You are going to have to shoot through some cover to get
Yeah.
at him, but and they are taking cover in the doorway as well. But you think you can draw a good beat on him.
Be 20 total.
Okay, so you're going to take an
a
attack
shot.
action on one of them.
Yep. Just drop the torch where I'm at. It's an ever-burning torch, so it's not going to go out by falling on the ground.
You have an ever-burning torch.
I bought one.
Oh, okay, fair enough then.
Money.
You take that. Looking at their motions, you can predict which way they go, and you sail an arrow down and strike one.
Ready. Do I get to roll my precision die on these
You
guys?
do. These guys have anatomy.
I figured, but wanted to ask because they get to do other weird stuff. That's 10 plus 4, so that's going to be 14 damage total.
Solid hit.
Big old
Got an
arrow.
action left.
I do, and I'm going to spend it.
You can take cover where you are.
Yeah, I think I will take cover because I can't spend it to aid right now.
Sounds good. What's Nil want to do?
As I am peeking out behind Drevin here, my staff kind of clutched around my staff. I'll kind of feel it, I don't know, like vibrate a little bit. And just like a bolt of energy kind of shoots across, just like it feels like anti-gravity. Like you can feel it kind of like
I've never
sucking
felt
in.
anti-gravity, so.
Well, you know. A little imagination goes a long way.
I got you.
And it is going to, they're going to make a reflex save for electric arc.
Alrighty.
Zap, zap.
Zap, zap. These guys, much like their smaller cousins, are very agile. So I've got a 24 and a 22.
Okay, those both succeed. So that 6 plus 3 is 9. So I think they take,
They'll take 4.
yes, they take 4. And then I am going to also take cover behind this desk.
Perfect. You can just kind of hug the wall where you are. Yeah, the desk, actually. Perfect. All right, what's Mocker want to do?
Mocker will take a look at them and He'll take out his pentagram and he'll just kind of adjust it and see if he can suss out a weakness.
Well, your hexagram is going to go ahead and look at it. Go ahead and give me an esoteric lore check.
Well, hexagons are the best of ones.
It's true.
Swipe easy.
Good CGP Grey reference, though.
That's an 18 on the die for a total of a 28.
A 28.
Pretty good.
Okay. So, yes, these are full-grown Morlocks. You do know that these creatures are, much like their smaller cousins, are very violent, very impulsive. You do know that grown Morlocks, they live in tight warrens, so they're very used to being able to fight within each other's spaces, and in fact, can take it to their advantage. In fact, if they are able to catch an opponent who is, say, disadvantaged or off balance, they can do grievous wounds. You certainly know all of this, and looking at these things, you can kind of see that there's this violent nature behind them. Oddly enough, though, they tend to, you know of them that they tend to prefer to be very savage and up close and personal. The fact that they're back here hauling rocks and throwing seems to indicate they are operating under a plan that's been given to them by somebody greater than them. They are, however, they are vulnerable to light. You know, bright light overloads their wide eyes quite distinctly. And while the tiny Morlocks were hissing and cowering while they tried to stab at you, these guys are out of the bright radius of either Corwin's torch, which is on the floor, or Borbo's glowing light.
That's okay, because they weren't prepared for the glow that is my bright smile. So Mocker will stride up to them and he will beam at them and use that smile to power
It's a savage
his
beam.
strike.
All right. Well, so you start striding. The first thing you're going to have to do is give me an acrobatics check to keep your footing as you stride to the oil in the doorway.
Yep.
Apparently, they did this to slow you down.
Absalom Dentistry. They just cast prestidigitation on your teeth and
Well,
then put a lake cantrip on there.
That is a 17 on the die for a total of a 23, so I'm not thinking I'm going to have an issue.
No problems whatsoever.
Again,
How large is
Tom
the
Cruise
oil?
slide.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, what happens is as you take your first stride down the hallway, I'm going to spend a villain point to make that die roll better. And you hear a thwank, and for a 23 to hit, a concealed bolt thrower in the mosaic on the wall will slam out into you. I'm assuming that hits.
That absolutely hits. Huh!
That's going to be 11 damage.
Okay.
Ouch.
Thwack.
Bonk.
Okay. I will stride up to one of them.
I mean, they're in the same.
Yeah,
They're in the same
square.
square, so
Yeah.
that's why I just I shoot one of them because it's gonna hit one or the other.
I'm going to spend Saiyan Fox's villain point. Oop, to get a 16.
Every step.
That's a 27 to hit.
Stat, that is another hit.
Okay, that's
Tanks doing their job.
Not a tank.
11
I'm the
more
tank.
points of piercing damage.
Find
That's
the traps.
Second step
Find the
you've
traps.
taken.
All of them.
Yeah.
See, Saiyan Fox, and they didn't believe you.
I believe
okay.
in you. I believe in you.
Stop.
I remember doing this once with a different character, finding all of the attacks of opportunity. How many
okay.
swings do you get?
Somebody has to do it.
Here we go.
Can
there
I
couldn't
go
be
now?
any more.
Can I?
There couldn't be another one. Surely there's not another one, right?
Dang, if only
I
someone
mean,
had
I
Trap
s-
Finder.
I
Oh,
mean,
wait.
It's not a trap. It's just people
I rolled
hidden.
for you. You rolled a 4.
Yeah.
Can I roll against them now?
You have to step one. You have to go one more step square to get closer to him. You want to go one more square? You feeling lucky?
I don't know. I guess so. I don't exactly have a choice, really.
You already
You,
ate two
you
of
do.
them.
You could stop moving, but or you could. They're so close. They're
You
so
are
close.
So close.
It's just word from a compulsive gambler. Take the chance. Don't worry
only an
about
attack
it.
What are
Fine.
the odds that there's another trap?
This feels like a fake
whatever.
out.
Yeah.
Boldly striding forward, another twang. 23 to hit.
Yep.
You know what? I just want to say that your commitment to it.
I love
it. I do. I
appreciate
love
it.
it.
Absolutely. 10 more points of piercing damage.
Well, you know what, guys? I'm still up.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
I
about.
am legally
Now swing.
alive.
Don't worry, I've got awful berries.
I've got real good healing, and you're gonna get about it.
Stuffs his mouth full of a bunch of gross bugs.
Running down the hallway. Ow!
Ow!
Ow! God damn it!
I think we got hit in the head with
looking
3
like
bolts.
a porcupine over there.
Sticking out of him. And you may now make an attack on the Morlocks. The Morlocks, as you step in, they kind of grin. And then you walk through the first one and they laugh. And then you walk through the second one and they laugh more. And then you walk through the third one, they're like, oh.
Oh no!
You've never met anyone who was clothed in the armor of the scaled thunderclast, have you? I'll say in undercommon.
Careful where you move, you're gonna stab yourself.
And they're like, what? The scaled what?
And beam and swing down.
And they shield their eyes because that's how
It's like
thaumaturges
blood
work.
coming through his teeth.
Yeah. Yeah, your
Bleeding profusely.
Your
a couple
shiny
more
tooth
holes.
smile is a little bit dimmer.
It's okay. That's a 17 on the die for a total of a 26.
Definitely earned this.
Yep.
Solid hit. Solid hit.
I'm assuming they have a weakness, or am I using personal antithesis?
You're using a personal antithesis.
Okay, that's fine.
They're weak to you.
They're weak. They always are.
Tune into
That's
the post
smart.
show where we have Jen's rendition of Shiny Teeth and Me.
There you go.
That's going to be 14 points of damage.
14
Solid.
points of damage. Solid. I'm assuming you're hitting the one that's already damaged.
You better believe it.
This thing looks very badly injured.
So do I.
Yeah, so do I.
You're not
Something
the
we have in
only
common.
one.
Joke's on you.
The Morlock is gonna look at you as you're injured, and its friend is gonna crouch over and lunge out with its fist to try to knock you down with a trip attack.
Trip is manipulate.
It is tripping is
attack.
not. It's
It's
an
an
attack.
attack.
It's attack trait.
Yep. And this
Okay.
is the other one that you have an exploited vulnerability on anyway.
Yeah.
Well, they're both
Doesn't matter.
It's just the one target.
Yep.
But this guy is going to get. Ooh, that's pretty good. That's a. Come on, add 24.
That's going to hit.
So versus your reflex DC, you are going to be tripped and fall down.
Such is my life.
And then it's going to raise up with a club to try to club you while you're down. That one, with its multiple attack penalty, is going to go a little wide and smash into the floor. And then it's going
And
to
it activates the trap.
What did it get?
Yeah.
Her falling activates it.
What did it
Club
get?
activates it.
Let's see. I rolled a 3 and 3 plus it's a 12. Tokens on here.
It kind of matters because of one of my cards.
So it, it didn't quite critically fail. And then it's going to step out of the doorway back into the room, leaving one creature standing over you, the one that you had you'd hurt. It's going to. It is going to raise its club over you, taking advantage of the fact that you're prone and flat-footed.
Did they get to go at the same time?
Huh?
No, they're.
Oh no, I forgot.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Draven gets-
Draven is still up.
Hey.
I was like,
This
I mean,
minion-
maybe
this other
maybe
Morlock
there's another monster I don't
raises
know
a
about.
club to finish off your friend on the ground.
How much oil is there?
Enough to be troublesome through the door, but if you step through it, it won't cause a problem.
I will step and then move
Step.
to
and then-
avoid the oil and
move.
end up directly in its face. Sort of a try me pose as I bring the hammer of justice down to plant the symbol of Sarenrae on this thing's forehead.
Very nice. Plant away, sir.
Like a blacksmith sealing his work.
That will be 26.
26 solid hit.
That rolled for a while. Only 6 damage.
Only
Rolled a 2.
6 damage.
And that is 3 actions.
It had 6 health left.
Ooh.
Hey.
Fantastic. The symbol of Sarenrae. Bonk.
Right on its forehead, and Mocker is not executed by this minion.
Mocker looks up at you and go, "Hello, puppy." Thank you.
You asked for help and Sarenrae delivers.
I love it when she does that.
Ooh. Mocker might convert by the end of this video.
He's already stolen some holy text.
What's Calvin want to do?
Can I see the one that went through the door?
It is going to be out of your line of sight right now.
Okay.
You actually
one
have to
can
look
see
through
it.
2 doorways, and it stepped outside of the door. Yeah, you can't see it.
All right, I'm gonna hold my action then. I'm just gonna wait until
Sounds
either
good.
everyone moves up or we see it again.
What's Corn want to do?
I'm going to spend my action getting up to Ultimok.
Okay, so you're going to run on up to Ultimok.
Yep.
Hello.
Get my way up there, and, well, how bad are you looking?
Like,
Really bad.
Like, if you do the thing you would usually do, it will put me down before you get me back up. That's how I look.
Carwin stabs anyway.
It's just the approach of, like, do I think I can do more if I, like, get the wounds handled out? No. So this is just going to be expert medicine check, raw, no risky surgery.
Goes at
You
you.
should do the risky surgery anyways. You're a gambler.
Goes at,
No.
goes at you with a dull sword.
I do it.
You might roll one.
when
You might
I-
roll a one.
That's the problem. It doesn't boost crit fail to non-fail.
You can try to twist away from him. You have to roll to hit him in order to be able to do your risky surgery.
No, I'm not going to risky surgery this. That's an 18 on the die,
You
though.
totally
with a,
should have risky
with a
surgeried
plus
that.
12, that is a crit anyway.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
So that's
Never
going to be
fun.
4d8 plus 18. So 18 plus 9, 27, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And another 10.
I'm back up to full.
37.
Yeah.
God
Big
dang.
old heals.
Big boy
And
battle
then-
medicine. So, how do you help the triply shot?
Yeah, how does this happen?
Well, I was going to spend my third action helping him up, so it's just kind of the arm grab, get him back to his feet. It's gonna hurt. Grab a hold of one of the bolts, snap it off a little bit, and at the same moment, bring the other hand up and just shove something in his mouth and keep his jaw shut. And you get a piece of candy.
Piece of candy.
This one's a bit rougher than the others, but it'll help you get better.
I get that a lot from Mel, too.
And it's not like, it doesn't taste bad. It's almost just like pure,
Sugar.
it's like citrus tang. Like, it's like you bit into a raw lemon, peel and all.
That's awful.
I hate this party when it helps.
Look, most of the time I don't need to use the bad
All the
ones.
healing is terrible.
They're usually good. But
Hey, Squiddish's rating, 41 Raiders.
Yay,
Welcome,
woo!
everybody.
Thank you.
You're
But
just
could I
in
spend
time
my-
to see me suffer.
could I spend my third action getting him up from prone?
Why not? Sure. Carwin hauls you to your feet, grunting as he does so.
I end with my arms wrapped around him in a hug.
They have that kind of relationship. Get up. We still fighting.
All right,
And then
Corwin's
pukes down his
Corwin's
back.
flat-footed now. Nil.
I am going to peek out from behind the desk. I didn't really see much of that. I heard a lot of like thuds and squelches, and then I see up, and everybody's like up, and the enemy's down. Like, sweet. This is going great. So I'm going to move and then step across the. I guess just step and then step again.
Perfect.
And then I will just hunker down next to the wall so that I'm not really in line of sight of the.
Sounds like a
You can
plan.
cover.
Yeah. What would Mocker like to do?
Mocker is going to thank Saren Ray for her multifaceted blessings of light.
Mm-hmm.
And
Corwin's over here like.
shall we make our way
Yeah,
through
what am I, chopped liver?
There's still a Morlock in the doorway, by the
Right,
way.
right.
Like he just
He's
took
alive.
a step
Yeah,
back,
And you are on your feet.
and
not
you're on
prone.
your feet now.
I will make my way up to the doorway. Get shot.
Wait, weren't they standing in that square though?
They were.
They know where the.
They know where the trap is.
Suspicious.
They planted it.
So you'll step up to engage the Morlock. Another twang will go off.
Does this count as the Morlock doing the damage?
No, it's a trap doing the damage, but you can totally retribute a strike to protect it from the damage.
You'll get resistance 5 to this as Saren Ray's light comes down and blesses you once again.
Isn't it 3?
It's a 19
It's
to
5.
hit. Does it hit you?
No.
2 plus
No.
11.
So this will actually, this bolt, perhaps your skull is just hardened from the repeated impacts.
No, it's the light of the goddess protecting me.
That must be it. The bolt
Yeah,
travels
yeah.
low and buries itself into the hide armor of your shoulder, but does not damage you.
Oh,
further.
well then that doesn't take my retributive.
It totally doesn't.
It has to do damage.
You're right up in this thing's face.
Foul monster! Wait, are you the same? I'll go ahead and assess it for weakness.
Yeah, assess it for weakness. Go ahead and roll your esoteric lore, because it's a different Morlock.
This way, I'm gonna take freaking godless healing.
That's a nat 20.
Nat 20.
Oh, okay.
I'm on fire
This man's
today.
name.
Yeah.
I want his address.
I want his
I want all of it.
Lockington
Social
the third.
Security, yep.
I'm gonna need his email. I'm gonna
gosh.
steal his credit.
What's his
What's
name
his
tag?
social security number?
Wait
What
a
your
minute.
screen name is?
This one is actually your wife. You recognize this one from
Wait
a
a
long time ago.
So, the only thing that's left is that these things are known for being able to repair gizmos and trinkets and weirdness.
Also bleeding everywhere.
Yeah, well, you know, most things can do that
Most
when you're
things,
around. But almost instinctually, they kind of know how to go and make these things together. But you know what? Those big eyeballs are still a common trait, and that shiny teeth smile, or perhaps a burst of flash powder from your fingertips would do well to expose their weakness. Very much a thaumaturge.
Do I think if I step through the doorway and get behind this thing that I'm gonna get shot again?
That's a calculated.
You know what? It's hard to tell, but you're not gonna be able to step behind it. It is still blocking the
Got
doorway.
it. Okay, I didn't know if it was
You
blocking
can try to
or
tumble
not.
through if you want to acrobatics through it, but you're probably just.
No, I'm okay. I'm gonna get stuck in. And
Imagine tumbling through and triggering 3 more traps.
that's just my luck right now, so we're not going for it.
And hey, if you do the one that's on its square, maybe it'll hit it.
True.
So what he'll do this time is he'll brandish his sword and he'll smile at the sword and use the reflection of his sword to flash the light of his smile into its eyes as he chops down.
And it shrieks away from you, Najee, saying, "Yes, let me be the avatar and the conduit of your pride."
Whoa, I'm
You're on
on fire
like,
today. That is a
dang.
17 on the die for a total of a 26.
As- A 26, really?
Yeah.
You missed crit by 1. All right.
Look, it's what I do.
You got it. Hit. Solid hit. This thing is relatively undamaged.
That's okay.
I mean,
Here
not
to cha-
anymore.
We're here to change that.
Yeah.
That's a 7 on my die for my damage. It's a 15 points of damage.
15 points of damage. Solid hit. This thing is reeling from it.
I'd like to step in now.
Absolutely.
For its turn.
What would you like to do?
Move up 10 feet to the doorway right before the oil. Can I see it now?
Yes. It's
Excellent.
going to have cover, but you have a line of sight to it.
Cool.
What's she doing?
I pull out a little mouse, and then that mouse floats above my hand and then turns into a bullet and flies very quickly for a AC of 26.
AC 26, even through the legs of your companions, bouncing off the walls, squeaking as it does so. It ricochets and catches it square in the chest. Roll me that damage.
Excellent.
Spork just jumps up, bats it.
That's 12 damage.
12. Awesome. Alrighty. This thing is reeling from the strike. It kind of grits its teeth and curses at you in Undercommon. And again, it's going to reach out with a hand to try to knock you off your feet again. And it's gonna get a 22.
That is going to succeed.
Again, Mocker is sent sprawling to the ground, and it follows it up with this club smash.
I'm tired of being down here.
This time, it's going to only get a 13.
You missed me.
And with
Smiling.
enraged at you, glaring at you, it raises its club for a swing for the fences. Oh, it rolls pretty good, but
So down to minus 10.
still got a minus
hurts.
10. That's really hard. So that's gonna be a 17. Oh, you're prone. 19.
My
AC 19.
my AC is 18 prone.
Oh, is your 20 normally?
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
20.
it misses you by 1.
Thank
Well,
you, Dex.
It's a good thing because I would have smashed it in the face.
Well, you know what? You might do that anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are
Now you
next.
get 3. You get 3 attacks now.
You're up.
We gave him mercy
I'm
once.
gonna
they turned
shove
down.
it.
Gonna shove it. All right.
Yep. With the hammer, just coming around the corner and batting this thing, trying to batter it back.
I'm gonna give it +1 to its DC because of the cover in the way.
18.
And 18.
Versus Fort.
You just get it. It's
And I
gonna
will follow it.
push it back into the room. Stepping into this room is overcome with debris. Your feet crunch onto stone and timber and broken pieces of furniture. The room look, whatever this room was once used for, beds and furniture have been pulled together and cobbled into what looks to be an impressive throne on the back wall. I mean, impressive in that it's big. It's still cobbled together from junk. A creature sits on it who appears to be another Morlock, but this one is a bit lankier, a bit taller even. And this Morlock is about 5 feet tall. This one is probably another head over that Morlock. And it sits on the throne, sort of regarding the fight happening in the doorway fairly impulsively. Its eyes, again, bulging with this trademark Morlock rounded, bulging eyes, but you can almost see like a calculating glint, perhaps overrun with maybe some madness lurking in the eyes. It's attended by 2 more Morlocks who are crouched to the left or right of the throne, but still make no move to interfere with the combat.
Does it look attractive to me?
What doesn't?
I'm gonna look at the art and say no.
I don't know. It looks pretty interested.
So, coming into the room, literally forcing my way in,
Yep.
I will lay on hands onto Mocker.
I'm at full.
He just knocked her down.
Oh, sorry. Then myself. And nodding towards this thing.
Is this the leader they were talking about?
Probably.
I can't see anything from down here.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I will re-grip my weapon, giving this thing a chance.
You didn't have to regrip your weapon because you shoved
Lay
it
on
in.
hands.
You
Lay on hands.
have to have a hand free for that?
Yeah, it requires a
Got a
hand.
touch.
It's a touch.
You have to reach
Interesting.
out and touch someone.
You can cast somatic components with stuff in your hands. I'm just sure. All right. So you shove, you lay on hands yourself, and you regrip your weapon. Corwin.
Well, gonna get up behind my cousin here so I can see into the room.
Since your cousin has triggered all the traps for you.
Hoping.
Yeah.
And in
nice.
fact, you can actually see the very fine tripwires that stretch across this hallway in little increments.
Well, they're just wires now.
They're just
they're not
wires
tripping
now.
nobody.
Snapped fishing line.
And Mocker ran right through every single one of them.
Got him for you guys.
Thanks,
And,
bud.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Well, gonna look at the one that's been shoved back into the room.
It does not look like it's backing down.
Yeah. Devise a stratagem.
Yep.
12 on the die. Devise a stratagem. I know even with cover I hit one a 10, so I'm gonna fire off the shot there.
Alrighty.
It's gonna be a 22 total.
20 total, solid hit. You can easily predict its movements.
And that's gonna be 2d6 plus 4. That's gonna be 7 for 11 damage.
11 damage. You strike this arrow home, easily passing what amounts for a guard that this thing is holding in front of it with its club. Strikes into it, and it collapses down with your arrow buried in its chest.
And just last action, in Undercommon. I suggest just have you and your boys stand down if you want to have a conversation that don't end like that.
Well done. You're fierce. Come, attend King Grothgrak of the Ghost Queen Morlocks. Let us see if we can put your strength to holy use.
What's going on up there,
Yeah,
guys?
what's going on? It sounds amazing. I can't see anything.
Y'all can stand down a moment. We can actually talk to this one for a moment.
And
Calvin, we're missing
Swap
all the
into
good
combat.
stuff.
Dang it! Way too far away.
as the party starts moving into
You understood.
the room to meet with this creature who's called you out, we can go take a 10-minute break.
I'm guessing he doesn't work for Serenray.
I
Stretch
mean,
your
you never
legs.
know.
Fill your drinks up, and we'll see you back shortly.
Yeah.
Is he flirting with me?
He might be.
Always.
Welcome
Everyone's
back.
Always flirting with you.
Welcome
Warlocks
back,
flirt by
everyone.
stabbing.
Welcome back to another episode of Abomination Vaults on the UGT, Undeniably Good Time Entertainment Network.
The half show was actually the end of the show. It's the next episode.
Yeah.
No, same
Episode 7 now.
Oh gosh,
Or 8,
time,
whatever we are.
time
34.
bends before my very eyes. Well, before time completely disintegrates and I lose track of who, what, where, when, and all of that good stuff. Feel free to check out our post shows and other great content that we have on our Patreon. $5 a month gets you access to all of it. And
our podcast.
And-
wherever you get podcasts.
wherever you happen to get podcasts. We have so many ways of getting podcasts. We have a whole thing on there. Makes for a great listening experience. But before we get back into it, why don't we go around the table? We'll start over here now. Why don't you tell us about your characters, who you are, and what you're doing in this weirdo place you find yourself.
Currently, bow in hand, negotiating a moment of peace between whatever this fella is and the rest of the party. Before we go back to stabbing, is Corwin Avashti, our group's investigator and resident field medic.
Standing all the way at the back, not knowing what's going on because he's very small, but he's also swole, as we discovered last week.
Swole the
The swollest of the small, SMOL, is Calvin Finleybottom.
The Gnome Dome.
The gnome.
Swomole.
Welcome to the gnome dome.
Having just barged into the room and made a grand entrance is Dreven Sorrel, the very large Greatnull, with his maul of Serenite justice.
Missing all of the good juicy stuff. I'm sitting in a corner somewhere like a half a football field away, basically. Is a dwarven druid, totally normal druid. You know, you're trying to like reuse and recycle all of living things. You know, that's how that stuff works.
I thought all the good juicy stuff was in your bag.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I was like teeing up that joke, man. That's a
from
good
a
one.
previous room. I always looking ahead, guys.
She got the
Always looking
reduced
ahead.
part in the previous room down pat.
Yeah.
That dude was super reduced.
Reduced him to bones. It is pretty good.
Composted.
the
Honestly,
scarabs
today has
from
been
the
going
mummy.
great, and she's just happy to be here.
Having a great time.
Looking prone into the unknown is our resident thaumaturge, the human. Normal
Boo.
human. Altamach Mocker Thorngard.
Very nice.
Still on the ground, but, not hurt anymore, so that's good.
Bones, the fish, is kind of swimming circles
Yeah.
around your head, kind of like tweeting a little bit.
Is that real?
No.
Yeah, I'm real.
Definitely not real.
I don't know what to believe.
I'd give you a fin to get up, but it would fall off.
Thank you, Bones.
Thoughts and prayers.
Bones is a politician.
He's on Twitter.
But the summoned as you are into the room, you're able to kind of dust yourselves off and make your way into this room, and to stand before a much taller Morlock than the ones that you've looked at before. He is even taller because he's sitting on top of this massive throne that's been constructed out of broken furniture and scrap. At his side are two normal, quote, Morlocks, similar to the ones that you just beat down to break your way in here, that are kind of crouching, looking up at their leader expectantly, a little tense, not really sure what he's going to be doing. Those of you who are seeking is, I guess,
It's me.
you
It's
normally?
just me.
What's your seek check? You gotta give me a seek
Plus
check.
10. Oh, should I roll it? Yes.
I guess probably good idea.
I guess
28.
Now that I have finished tracking, I guess I'll go back to recalling knowledge.
Okay,
I
sounds
found
good.
the source of the
sniffs.
If we're able
Yeah.
to swap.
What was the total again?
28.
28,
I rolled a
gosh,
18
yeah.
on the
Nice.
die.
You can actually look and see that there are two of the small Morlock scavengers, the ones that ran away from the main room, that are kind of cowering and hiding in the corner. Kind of on top of each other, actually, just kind of peering out, that look pretty spooked. Each of them clutching a dagger. It looks like the one that Drevin took away, he managed to find another one somewhere. But
And at this point, we're all in the room.
yeah,
We
you've all made your way into the room. Yeah.
Mocker will toss his cape out behind him, kind of a little bit nonchalantly, and bow.
Nonchalant is not a description I would ever use for Mocker.
It's just calculated.
It is quite. It's
a
calculated nonchalance. You're right.
nonchalance.
Exactly.
You know, this is
Calculated
an art
nonchalance.
form.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
They're weak to nonchalance, you see.
Yeah, it's true. And bow his head low, and then, Your Majesty, we are in your domain.
Good, good. You are strong, and you also recognize the power of Grolgust.
Is he speaking undercommon or common at this
He
point?
is speaking undercommon, because
Okay.
I'm assuming that's what Mocker is talking to him in.
Okay.
You could be perfect new servants of the Ghost Queen.
He says he's a fake president.
Can we have his eyes?
Yeah, we're gonna need to take those.
Talking in common, I assume?
Yeah.
He doesn't seem to notice what you're
Great.
saying.
I'm just gonna translate for Nil.
This is great. Thank you for translating.
You're very welcome.
Do you mean Belcora?
Do not speak that name. One more time, that heresy will cost you your head.
He says he's also a snake.
God dang it.
You can't stop me.
Not even attempting to correct
I'm
this.
melting
Just let
in
them
my
have it.
chair. The Ghost Queen has commanded us to prepare for her return. We faithful guard the passage. We give her sacrifices. But there are heretics below us who seek to undo our good work. You thought are strong. You could move down and put paid to these heretics.
Tell me of their heresy.
An evil cabal of ghouls lurks in the darkness. Those they can capture, they infect with their foul fever, turning them into more of their own. They are vile and have forgotten their oaths. They seek only to seize power for themselves. But you all could become lackeys of the Ghost Queen, honored by her indifference, striding forth to put paid to her adversaries.
He says they're in an election season right now, and the opponent is downstairs trying to gather more lackeys.
What say you?
So they're ghouls.
Of course, foul creatures.
What is their aim?
To make
I-
more ghouls. You really
He
gotta
looks
start
like
listening when people
he looks
talk.
like he's getting kind of frustrated. Like I just explained this to you.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna go down and we're gonna kill the ghouls for you.
Yes, every single one, and don't return until it's done. And he kind of directs with an imperious gesture.
I'm gonna translate for my friend here. He doesn't speak the higher tongue.
He looks like an animal. He's probably dumb as well. Do you bark at him to give him commands?
Only when I'm feeling rambunctious. So these guys would like us to go downstairs and kill some ghouls, but
Cut
they
the
s-
competition.
I'm already walking in the
I'll
direction he
remind
pointed.
you, just
You
before
said
you go-
ghouls and kill. I'm going whatever direction he pointed.
Are you okay with working for Belcora?
cousin. I'm just
Technically,
I
I don't have a
told you
choice.
to not speak her name.
Speaking in common.
I will
That's
not
common.
put down
Common.
for blasphemy here. And he
You still have to say
raises
the
his
name.
hands. You can see his eyes, like, man has completely lost it. Like raises, and magic starts to form in his hand.
That's
that's
initiative.
gonna be initiative for
I know.
everybody.
So is Belcora the president?
No.
She's like the Secretary of State.
Oh, okay. But we're working for her now? Oh my gosh.
I don't think so. I think we just broke our contract.
No, Nil is very excited
The
about the idea,
contract
though.
was, don't say her name. It's disrespectful.
But you said it in common. You still have
You
to say
still
the name.
say the name. A name is a name, no matter the language.
You have to understand that Mocker just doesn't care.
Let's see here. Have I like just completely lost the? There he is. Goodness gracious.
I've got 14.
14 for Nil.
Scouting? I'm
15.
scouting. 50.
50.
17.
17.
28.
28.
13. Sorry, I can do math. 8 plus 7 is 15, right?
What did
Plus
Nil
one
have?
is 16.
No,
16.
16.
I had 13, 14 or something. I don't
You
know.
had 15.
I had 17.
14 plus 1.
There we go.
All right, and Corwin?
18.
We're all in a row.
15, 16, 17, 18.
Nice.
Okie dokie.
And then whatever Jen got.
We planned that.
28.
Doesn't
You
matter.
Count that.
Get this guy right here. Here he is in his back robe of glory. So
He just found a blanket and just
he's
kind of like, there we go.
He's got
Yeah.
the spooky
here.
hands on.
We've got.
No, he's doing the field goal pose. He wants me to kick something through his hands.
Were we all in the room?
Yes.
You're all in the room, yes. So his Morlock
Very small room.
servants.
It's kind of a small room,
What did
yeah.
Corwin get?
18 total.
And Drevin got a
17.
17.
Yeah, we're all in a row there.
Yes.
Okay, and then cowering in the back, we have our weak fledgling little scavengers, who got.
I think you said they were on top of each other too.
They are
Like
totally on
cowering in
top
the
of
back
each
the
other.
room.
Yep, cowering in the back of the room.
Like heroes do.
Probably next to Nil.
I
So,
scented them. I was like,
we got these guys here. We got these guys here. And we got these two guys right over here. What a melee we have found ourselves. There. Woo, boy. What's Mocker want to do?
Well, Mocker's gonna take a look at this thing and attempt to, assess it for weaknesses.
Well, you got 3 things in here. Which would you like to look at?
The big, ugly, scary one.
Big,
please.
ugly, scary one. Okay, go ahead and give me a roll.
So let's go ahead and roll that esoteric lore.
Yep.
It's a 19. I cannot fail today.
Yeah,
That is
nice.
a 29.
Jesus. All right. So this is King Gralgust, as he has declared himself to be, is of a rare caste of Morlock, which are usually have some sort of either arcane ability or connection to a divine cult. Either way, their magic tends to draw on esoteric sympathies, which is something that, as a thaumaturge, is something that's fairly familiar to you. It's very close to the just kind of make something up that sounds good kind of thing.
I'm very familiar with such things.
But it does tend to work out. So Gralgust's magic is probably quite powerful. That being said, you do know that even though he's with his focus on the mental arts, he is going to be very agile still. The Morlocks are born into scrabbling and scrambling over broken rock and terrain. They are, even though he is a caster, he will be very quick. And the other thing that that draws you is that glint of madness in his eye. You know for a fact that Morlock cult leaders like this can be absolutely viciously cunning strategists, and you don't want to underestimate them. Even though his minions may be thoughtless brutes, this is not something that you're going to want to go and let slide for him. In particular, though, those big old buggy Morlock eyes are still there. And at first he kind of squinted against the light, but as he spoke, it looks like his eyes climatized. However, bright light still would be the one to let his guard slip. You got 2 actions left.
I am guessing that I'm not within reach of him, so I'm going to move up and attempt to make room for Drevin to get in around me. So maybe go into the corner.
Okie dokie.
Yeah. And then I will smile at him and just start sing-songing, Belcora, Belcora, Belcora! And I'll glint and let the light hit my teeth again, but also use the name to goad him and throw him off guard.
Nice, nice. Well thought. I like that.
It's not often that you get an in-character talk crap.
There you go.
Well, you know the rest.
So that's a 4. We can't have that. So
Rolling low's illegal.
that is illegal.
I can't fail this.
So I'll go ahead and spend that hero point.
Who was that one from?
That was from Jake the Impaler. Thank you, Jake the Impaler.
Very nice.
Time to impale something, we hope.
Go for it.
Actually, impaling Grogust.
That's a nat 20.
We're impaling
20.
Grogust.
Can
Oh
I
my
interest
gosh.
you in
Impaling.
actual value?
I see that. All right.
Yeah,
well,
wow, Jake. I mean,
Jake,
excellent
man,
work,
that was
my
some
dude.
serious. That was some serious stuff.
He got his name for a reason.
My boss. Oh no.
It's only a crit from the weapon thaumaturge.
It's
What
gonna
could
be
go
fine.
wrong?
All right. Roll me your obscene damage. What you got? What you got?
Ironically, the dice aren't where my damage
Please
is.
also roll an 8.
I hope
just because
it's
it'd be
max.
funny.
That'd be great.
Max damage.
No, it's a 1. You got real lucky.
Hero point. Reroll the damage.
How many hero points
I'm
you got
guessing
over
I don't have his no weakness, just personal
This
antithesis.
is just personal antithesis.
Are you
The
blessed?
Morlocks don't appear to be particularly.
So that's just gonna be 9
yeah.
damage.
Do you have
doubled
a
is,
blessed card?
18. Yep.
Oh, you don't have a blessed. Oh. I think you're the only one with one right now.
So-
I'm baned.
Oh, you don't have a blessed.
No.
And then that's all my actions.
All right.
Evaluate, move, strike.
Oh,
For a
you
crit, that was a
used it.
pretty not juicy crit,
Yeah.
so you're lucky.
Yeah.
That was pretty good, absolutely. So, Grolgust is going to reel from your strike, and again, that Morlock, I guess, agility is going to come into play. He's going to leap up into the air and dance away from you, which will trigger your retributive strike.
Yeah.
Implements interruption.
Influence interruption, I'm sorry. Your retributive strike.
Can I
your
interest
influence-
you in interruptions?
Well, I mean, as long as it's not another 20, because my poor boss, I don't know if he can
If
handle
it's a 20, it's going to be hilarious.
It will be
That'd
hilarious.
so great.
No, just a 17.
It might still crit.
That
It
dice
might
is on
crit.
fire.
It might.
I am on fire. That is a 26
A 26 normal hit.
for max this time, so
Yeah.
that's going to be 16.
Oh my god.
What was your crit damage?
So
18.
much damage.
Weapon thaumaturge is just raw number.
Dirty.
It's you cut deeply into him and he'll shriek. But as he sort of trips and backslides away from you over the rubble, he's going to retreat into the corner. And as he does, his hands move in an arcane pattern. And after images of him will begin to break apart as he seems to be a cluster of Grolgasts all moving in and out of each
Ooh,
other.
mirror image, nice.
You
And
don't
then
know at that age.
the final thing is as he plants his feet in the corner, he takes a stance and runic shields appear around all 5 mirror images. 4 mirror images, 4 mirror images.
Am I
4
concussed?
of the real ones.
Are those actually real?
Corwin, what you doing?
Well, I got a torch in one hand and a bow in the other.
You do.
Swap the bow for the short sword, because this is going to be real tight combat.
Yep.
But I'm going to devise a stratagem here quick, because I got an idea.
On what? No, you just actually roll
I just
it.
see if I'm going to be able to
let's
hit.
see what you got.
It is going to be directly on the guy in front of me.
Okay.
8 on the die. Don't think I'm going to be able to hit him. So instead, I'm going to go trying to trip him.
Okay.
So this is going to be...
Roll me that athletics.
At least try to burn some
Well,
actions
would
here.
you have to use your
No, because
devise?
it's a strike,
Strike,
specifically.
okay.
Oh,
And
good.
I'm
Not an
not
attack.
striking him. I looked into this to make sure. That's a 2 on the die. That's a 9 total. I'm probably on the ground.
You absolutely are. You go to push this guy, and man, these Morlocks are very agile. Trying to trip these guys is hard. And as you kind of clumsily lunge forward, he'll leap over your attempt and kick you solidly knocking you to the ground.
God. Now I see why they got you down there twice.
And you've got 1 action left.
I do not.
Swap. That's right.
Swap. Had to get my sword out.
Alrighty. The Morlocks are going to, seeing that Corwin is down on the ground, are going to pounce on the opportunity. The 2 Morlocks are going to occupy the same space. One is going to reach in and smash down at you with, a club.
Yeah, this is going to go bad.
Yeah, maybe. So that's going to be 19 while you're prone.
That hits.
That hits. Alrighty. Sneak attack damage is going to come into play. You're going to take 11 bludgeoning from that.
Yep.
He's then going to, his jaws will open and he'll reach down to try to rip a chunk of your flesh out.
Yum.
That's going to be a 21.
Yep.
That's going to be, oops, right here. That's going to be 8 points of piercing damage as he bites into you. And then he will step 5 feet to the outside of his friend's space
Didn't
to
he have to
stand in
step
front
to
of
get in there?
He did a scuttling strike.
Oh, he gets a free skirmish.
Morlocks are shifty and tricky and agile. His friend is going to scuttling strike into his friend's area and do the same thing, swinging at you with a club while you are prone.
Yeah.
Just like tumbling across each other.
Oh, I don't have any more villain points.
Oh, no.
Acrobatics rolls.
No, let me see. This is gonna be a 14 versus
Nope.
prone. Nope. But again, that jaw is gonna reach down to you. Oh, that's an 18. That's much better. That's gonna be a 24.
Yep.
Let's see here. 10 points of piercing damage.
Oh, looking great.
And that was a scuttle and 2 moves. Actually, scuttling attack 2. Yep. All right. And that's that one. And Corwin is looking
Real bad.
badly bullied and beat up on the floor.
Well, how nice of them to move out of the way. As originally, Drevin was going to just step forward and strike. And this leader of theirs has just retreated around the backside of them, and then they kindly moved out of the way as I just keep walking forward, following him across the room, and just get him trapped in the corner. And I see all 4 of the images look up at the hammer like,
It is going to take you 2 stride actions because the whole room is difficult terrain.
That is fine, because I am using Called Foe.
Okay.
I get a +2 to all attack rolls against him until the end of my next turn, or I crit.
Okay. So until the end of your next turn?
Yes.
So like last 2 rounds?
Yes.
That's baller. All right.
It's very good. But
That's sick.
the trade-off is a -4 to attack anyone else.
Well, that's just simple. You just don't hit anybody else.
Exactly.
Hit the boss. You call foe the boss.
That's the
Yeah,
Batman.
call foe the boss. Proceed to spend the next round and a half hitting the boss.
Roll for it.
And that will be a 26.
26.
Should just break a mirror image.
Well, we'll see. You might hit him.
You do indeed break a mirror image. Alrighty, you've crawled up. The scrum is breaking out. The scavengers crouching in the corner, Nil being directly next to them, will shriek out and pounce on Nil with daggers drawn.
Okay, sweet. Sounds like a plan.
Sounds like, yeah, all right, that's fair enough, fair enough.
I guess that's how that works.
They're gonna, they don't seem keen on doing any kind of clever strategy here. They are just gonna pounce on you.
Unlike their knives, they're not that sharp.
The knives are like their minds. So that's gonna be 24.
Hits.
25, I'm sorry.
Still hits.
Still hits.
Still the same.
Second one is an 11.
Total?
Total, yep. Didn't roll so
okay.
well.
Did
And
not- that one
it's,
doesn't hit.
it's gonna fish for and roll a natural 1. So 1 hit there. This is gonna be
You have stolen my pencil.
I'm sorry, my
Nil's going to take 5 points of piercing damage from a dagger stab.
Ouch.
The second one, he's going to get a kind of a cunning gleam of its eye. It's going to try to trip you, seizing you with its hands to try to pull you down since you look a little bit smaller than your towering companions.
Okay.
However, this is going to only be a 10. You seem to be quite stout.
Yeah, well, I am a dwarf, so it is actually hard to trip me. I'm pretty
Low
firmly
center of
planted.
gravity, yeah.
Low center of gravity over
thick
here.
with 2 C's.
It's going to abandon its attempt and try to again stab at you with this knife. It's going to get a 19
That exactly hits.
for 4 points of piercing damage. And then it's going to fish for a third attack. And it's going to get a nat 20.
Oh,
Oh
no.
my gosh.
That what's the total on its
Yeah, the total does
'Cause
matter.
That might make it only a normal hit.
21.
Okay, it is.
No.
It's a crit.
Rolled pretty good. That's going to be a total of 12 points of piercing damage as it buries this knife in your chest.
Ouch.
That is pretty solid damage.
As they winging attacks at you. Knife. Calbum,
Calvin is
you see Nil right next to you getting mauled.
absolutely terrified. And as a result, he just grabs, he's like reaching into his robes, and he pulls out 3.
Bugs. Nope.
Nope, not bugs. Cat toys. They all immediately streak over to the boss because he seems to be the one in charge. And I'm going to potentially eliminate some mirror images or... Actually, does Magic Missile just go through them?
It does not.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
It doesn't.
But you're getting rid of
You
3
can't
images.
miss.
because-
Exactly.
So-
Can't miss him.
So he's rolling 3 mirror image checks.
Yeah.
Any
DM is thinking.
attack that would hit you.
Yep.
That is an
Magic
attack.
missile, it does.
Does it have the attack trait?
No.
Evocation and Force?
It's a spell.
Yeah. You send a dart of force streaking towards creatures that you can see. It automatically
because
hits and
fireball
deals
doesn't make
damage.
it
It
go
automatically hits.
Yeah.
Because it is 3 instances of a thing.
Yeah, so I'm going to say this is just going to be damage on him. There's no reason that mirror images won't get broken at all by this. You'll just
Awesome.
do straight damage.
I like that. So 4, 6, 8, and 13 points of force damage then, as
Pretty
all
good
3
hit.
of these
Pretty
little cat
Match roll
toys
2.
just...
He reels from this damage, passing through his mirror images.
Yeah.
Apparently, they actually wing through all of them. They weave through all of them before
right.
striking home.
That's right. These cat toys know where to go.
They do. Nil, what you doing?
So all of the terrain in here is difficult terrain.
Everything is difficult.
So there would be no way to get past Corwin.
To get past
You could.
Corwin,
Yeah,
you
to
could
get to the other
stride, but you'd have to like tumble through to get to the other side of him. So, how's your acrobatics?
Pretty good.
Okay.
I'm also
Yeah.
on the ground, so.
That's true.
Does Corwin count as difficult terrain? Just step
Yeah.
on him.
I will. Yeah, I'm
Stepping
gonna
on
move.
a person, it's really hard to keep your footing, actually.
Well, it's easier if
Not when they're half unconscious.
you know, you just step on the squishy parts and it, just squashes down. It's fine.
All right, fair enough.
I mean, generally, want to step on like the more solid parts so you don't squish the squishy.
No. You don't want to break somebody's
People are
bones.
bags of water, basically.
Yeah,
There
yeah,
isn't a
yeah,
lot
yeah,
of solid
yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
aside from the head, but that tends to roll around.
How did we get here?
If you go fast enough, it's like a non-Newtonian fluid.
Basically, all of Nil's
Yeah.
interactions turn into something along those lines.
Right. Yeah. So I will
Low center of gravity
move
just
across
on
to
top
the
of me
in
more.
front of the doorway is where I'm going to try to get.
You're trying to get there? Okay, go ahead and give me, what would this be? Well, if actually you're trying to move through a friendly space, that should be fine. A single move action will get you in front of the door as you get the heck away.
Okay. And then as my bestest friend Corwin over here, as I am moving by Corwin, I'm going to pull out a it's not one of the bugs from earlier, if that makes you feel better.
No.
It doesn't, because at least I know where that one's been.
It's an aged, a refined bug.
Yeah, so this one has been prepared into an awfulberry. So which is great. It ends up being much less. There's much less legs in this one. This one ends up having more of a processed meat kind of look.
There's only
to
5
it.
legs in
It's
this
a
one.
bug ball.
It's a baloney, but it's made of bugs. It's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. You'll be fine. It looks
hate-
way better.
I hate everything.
I promise you, it has lots of good protein. You should
Yes.
like this.
Don't worry, I'm just toying with this over here.
very healthy.
It's not just below the table or anything.
Be careful, though. It is manufactured in the same factory that produces nuts. So if you have a nut allergy, you're going to be in trouble here, bud.
You mean these two nuts?
Yeah, that's right.
You do not actually have much time to protest, though, because I'm
mostly unconscious. It's just like
it works out.
She's shoving it in your mouth as she steps on you.
Exactly. So that is for 12 healing, and you have to make a fortitude save.
Yeah, my worst save. Cool.
Oh, it's fine.
You'll be fine.
That was a 19 on the die, so 25 total.
You
See?
managed to not be sickened.
I shove it in so hard.
I've taken enough medicine.
Oh yeah,
It passes the tongue
passes,
immediately.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
no
It
taste.
goes right through.
straight past the gag
From
reflex.
My cousin, how bad these are. I know how to take medicine, and Corwin can take his pills without water.
Absolutely.
Just
Right.
Pass
Yep.
pass the gag reflex immediately. That dwarf thumb is very sturdy as it jams it down there.
The key is to burn away all of your nose hairs, then you smell and taste nothing.
nope, you just put it down before you taste it. Oh,
That is
I've
my
lost
turn.
track of how many actions
That
you've
is
taken.
that is mine.
All
I
right.
hit my stomach like a brick.
What's Mocker
Oh.
feel like doing today?
Is it moving?
Nope. That was nope. Sorry, that was me.
Mocker is going to go ahead and make that acrobatics check to get through the room, to go and interpose himself between his downed cousin and the enemies.
The enemies are right in your
Yeah, there's
cousin's
no
face.
interposing here.
There's no interposing, I'm afraid.
But I'm hoping that I can at least distract them a little and get on the other side of Dreven.
That would be nice.
The other side of Dreven. Okay,
just
so
flanking the two.
You're
I
gonna
want
have
to flank
to
the
move.
two Morlocks.
You have
I see what you're trying to get to. Okay, so that's gonna
me
be
30 feet, I think.
yeah,
Could be
and
10,
you're
20.
gonna
30
in
feet
a
in an
diagonal.
acrobatics check, right?
no, because you can move through Corwin's space.
Yeah.
But
So
it's difficult terrain.
Yeah, it's just difficult terrain, so it's just gonna be two move actions to make it.
Yeah.
Unless because your move speed's 25, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so you're gonna move over here to flank the two Morlocks in that space.
Yep. And then I'm just going to go ahead and swing down at them and see if I can grab their attention away from him.
Sure,
Give them something else to focus on.
go for it.
No time to study them, really. That's a 7 on the die for a total of a 16. Flanked.
16 flanked. You managed to draw a solid hit.
Yeah. Flank you very much.
Lovely.
6 on the die. 9.
9 damage.
Oh, no, I get my +2, so 11.
11 damage.
But
All
don't
right.
forget the +3
No.
and another +2.
No,
And a
no,
7.
I just get
It's just
my weapon
thaumaturge things,
thaumaturge.
man.
Another
That's just how
dice.
it works.
No,
How
but
many-
I
how
did
much
roll
health do they
on them,
have?
so
I
I
have
don't
that
get my
much
+3.
So that was 2 moves and a strike.
Yep.
All right. The Gralgust is going to observe the swirling melee, and he is, but sees Mocker as he moves. So he is going to step. Let's see here. Can he make this work? I'm trying to think if he can make this work. Yeah, he can actually make this work. He actually won't even have to step. So he, again, is going to kind of move his hands as he tiptoes and steps over the debris, shifting down 5 feet, and he's going to... And a cloud of black miasma will wrap around his entire arm before striking out.
Is he within 5 feet of me?
Like a hungry lash, he is within 5 feet of you.
Cool. He is still the target of my exploit vulnerability,
He
so
is.
he gonna get implements
Interruption.
interruption.
He still has 3 images.
He has 2 images. You knocked one out.
Well,
Okay.
Before you roll, see if he actually gets interrupted.
I'm just ready in case he does damage.
So that's just gonna be a 3 on the die for a total of a 12.
You will miss.
That's fine.
And this tendrils will lash out through Altamok, Corwin, and Nil. And
Well.
I'm going to need saving throws, fortitude saving throws from all 3 of you.
Corwin is going to feel the light of Saren Ray bless him, and he will take 5 less from this.
Okay.
Appreciated.
As the hammer of justice comes down, and this man is about to taste it.
It's 21 for me.
So that is A 19 on the die.
Nice.
So that would be 31. Or sorry, 33.
33?
Yeah, because I have a +2.
Okay, so you smash through one of the mirror images
Now-
and solidly connect.
I have to double check this because I'm pretty sure that just as part of making that strike, I can activate my potency crystal.
You can't. You have to activate it as a free action on your turn.
That's what I'm checking. Is it a part?
Yeah,
a free action
it's a
on
free
your turn.
action, so no.
So all of
You
the rest
make
of
an
this-
attack. Is the
Right.
trigger to activate it?
Is it a reaction or is it a free action?
Free action in vision.
Gotta
You
happen
make an
on your
attack.
turn. Gotta happen on your turn.
It's in vision,
Yeah.
so.
Well, so that's still a crit.
All of the rest of his
which-
images break, and
normal
then he
damage.
just
So
has it.
one image breaks and you hit him normally.
Yes.
And I take 5 less damage, whatever I'm taking.
Correct.
Which, for my fort save,
Well, let's resolve this first before I have too many
13.
numbers thrown at me. How many?
13 damage.
13 damage.
Unless he's an undead, and then he takes more.
Not undead.
I figured.
you guys don't
Kind of
care.
looks ungood.
Yeah, he
Well,
looks
kinda
undead.
looks like-
He's
He's got an
emaciated.
undead vibe to him.
All right, 17 on my fortitude save.
17 on your fortitude save. Okay, 17. That's
21.
a fail. 21 is a success. And Corwin.
me. 19 on the die plus 6 is 25.
That's a success. Alrighty.
And I take 5 less?
5 less.
Okay.
So you're going to take.
I like our frog noises.
I do like our frog noises.
It's going to be 8 negative damage for those of you who failed. Those of you who succeeded will only take 4.
So you
I
take
take
no
none.
damage.
And the, let's see, I think Mocker is going to take 2 persistent bleed.
Yummy.
And then Gralgast will collapse from his wounds.
Oh.
He acted up and ate the hammer.
Corwin, you're up.
Step 1. Stand up.
No one jumps you.
I was waiting to see if I was going to get bashed.
Knock down you go. No.
Step 2. Devise a stratagem on these two fellas. He doesn't look like he's aiming with his sword, though. He looks like he's got the torch at the ready. That's a nat 20 on
Okay.
devise a stratagem.
Well, whatever you're planning, you are ready for
So
it.
he just brings this torch up, burning bright light in front of him, knows these guys are weak to light, and just brings it back and slams it in, like, directly on top of one of these guys' eyes, bringing it close enough, because they're still on top of each other, to the other, hoping it would affect both, but I'm just beating this guy with a torch.
That sounds pretty solid, man.
So how much damage is my torch gonna do?
Let's just call it like a club, so a d6 I think will be appropriate.
Alrighty, so normal damage then. That's going to be 8, 16 plus 8, 24 damage.
24.
Woo!
Bonk.
As this man gets struck in the face by a bright light.
He is reeling, clutching his burned eye.
But that's all 3 actions.
Staggering underneath it. And then he focuses back down on you, his other eye burning with hatred as he stares at you. The fight is not going well for the Morlocks. Their leader is down, but they seem to be overcome with bloodlust and do not look like they're going to be backing down.
Got more light for you if we're still going, boys.
The Morlocks, seeing that you seem to be unsteady on your feet, are going to at least have enough cunning to repeat the stratagem that worked. One is going to try to knock you down with a, let's see here, athletics. So that 20.
Gets reflect, that just succeeds. Back on the ground.
Back on the ground.
It's very cozy.
It's
Yeah,
not.
It's nice.
It
It's
hurts
nice
a
down
lot.
there. That's fine.
And he's going to follow it up with a bite as he tries to take a chunk out of you. It's going to go wide, though. And the last action he's going to do is to step over here next to the scavengers. The Morlock who's left with his club is going to try to bring it down to knock you down. That's going to be a 18 versus your prone.
Just hits.
Just gets you. Ouch. So that's going to be 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Not looking great.
And
Don't
again,
worry, just use more bugs. You'll be
a
fine.
bite.
Don't
Again,
worry.
is
Myself, but on my
Don't
turn.
worry.
gonna go a little bit too wide. You're lower than you used to be. And then he too will
Bites his
step
own club.
to share his friend's space, retreating, trying to get to as much of a defensive position as they can.
Florida.
Look at us.
Here we are.
Look at us.
Man,
We
that
did
guy
it.
hit
Look.
so hard.
That's a serious bonk.
He hit Corwin so hard he deactivated the internet.
It was
That
only
pretty
10
good.
damage, but like I guess it carried through to the ground.
Felt it in your soul.
That's right.
Yeah.
It translated through the soul of your character into you and then exploded the power grid.
It's wireless damage.
guys-
Paizo's playing around with it.
You didn't actually see it, but the second that went off, I did explode into light.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive. As all the lights went out, Arcadis lit the entire room. It was very impressive.
I thought it was being raptured.
Was it right there? Well,
It was just
I guess you got
Saren Ray.
rejected or something. I
Yeah,
don't know. You're
probably.
back. All right.
You get out there like, nah, bud. Nah.
No,
Well, it's like the I wasn't expecting it yet.
Sorry, we meant the other one.
Yeah, the other Arcadis.
Oops.
Well, anyway, yeah. I believe where we were was, Corwin just got
I got
snot knocked
I
out
got
out of
turbo
you.
bonked.
Yeah,
and then, they ran away.
Yep, and then the Morlocks slid away to try to get closer to their miniature kin, leaving Drevin his turn with no enemies around you. Pretty good in this tight little room we got here.
Well, there's going to be enemies around me very shortly.
We know Drevin. He doesn't mess around.
You'll be around the enemies.
I have given them enough chances. I have tried.
It's a valiant effort.
There's no more trying.
Probably reasonable. Yeah.
Which one of those two looks worse?
The one that has had a torch shoved in its eye.
Then I'm going to hit the
half-burnt.
other one.
You're gonna hit the other one. All right. You're gonna push
And
up.
the potency crystal is going to activate as I just step over and with a
Strider.
ferocious growl,
Yep.
swing down on it.
Yeah, you said the words.
And it's a potency crystal.
Yeah.
That man's dead.
He's what do you want to do? Does he just explode into light?
it's a
I know
19
you
on
like
the
rolling.
die.
He's untouched, so
Yeah, that doesn't matter.
I don't know. Let's
and
roll
die.
it.
We love
Potency
rolling dice
crystals.
over here.
I'm absolutely
You
rolling the
duplicate
dice.
So you have a striking rune for this
Yes.
hit.
Yeah, 2d12.
Oh boy.
Please roll 2
Oh
12s and
boy.
just paste
Let's
this
see
man.
what happens.
I mean,
Two
that's
11s.
2 11s.
That man's pace.
So,
He is
calculate it. Calculate
how
it.
would you like 52 damage?
Holy crap! All right.
So that man's gone, and
Oh,
so is his
my
friend.
So
The symbol of Saren Ray burns into the ground where he once
where he
stood.
once stood.
He is
Oh my god!
Wow, what a called shot.
You just
that was
obliterated
straight up
that
called.
guy.
That was great. What a way to come back from a power
So
outage
this
too.
is what happens when he runs out of patience.
Yes.
we are done now.
All right,
Yeah,
so that
try
is
to
no
run
longer
away.
a Morlock. That is Baloney Mist Cloud number 1.
Don't you still have another strike?
Yes.
Yes, and it's for the other guy.
Yeah, man. Mocker's converting.
Yeah.
The light of Saren
my
Ray
God.
will set you right.
Still
24.
That's a monstrous hit.
On your second attack, to
Yeah, he
hit-
rolled
I rolled
a
a
17.
17.
Oh my god! All right, that's a solid hit.
We're
He
on
already,
fire
that guy already
today.
took 24 damage.
Yeah, that guy
Now-
has 3 hit points left.
The good
I'm
news
just gonna
is
take him off.
potency crystal only lasts for a strike.
Well, it doesn't matter. Like the guy's
No, that's for
bones
your
have already
turn.
been turned into popsicle sticks.
I mean, if it's for my turn, I thought it was just for a strike. Doesn't matter. He has 3 health. So,
way less
those
now.
2 6s.
He's dead. Let's
Yeah.
just modifier.
So 6, 12,
and that's Baloney
16.
Mist Cloud number 2.
Nice.
Woof.
That man.
All right.
Well,
Well-
he had a
Saren
bad
Ray
time.
said, "Time to die."
Well,
What a call.
wow.
That was great.
All right.
And,
I have decided this encounter is over now. Bonk.
and now
This
these guys are
encounter is
coming into
over.
the Gnome Dome, baby.
It is. They are coming into the Gnome Dome, and these Morlocks fix their eyes on you, hatred burning behind them, and with a wordless "Squaw!" they all scutter across the room to attack Calvum.
You're
They're
gonna
gonna-
whiff every single one of these.
Yeah.
Totally.
So we've
You
got,
don't come to the Gnome Dome, baby. What are you gonna do?
Oh no, they rolled a 0. How did that happen?
They have a negative attack modifier. Weird.
What's
So I've
happening?
got a 20,
Yeah.
And I've got an 11.
That doesn't hit.
The 11 doesn't hit?
No.
Surprising. So we've got it's a little
That was
dagger.
almost a critical.
That's 5 damage of piercing as it slashes
Ouch.
into you.
And he's down.
Yes.
That will be 0 damage.
Oh, that's actually massive
the
damage.
pious puppy
Calvum
is-
is dead.
In range.
You are in range.
Heck
Yep.
yeah.
It
I
takes
cannot
0 damage.
I cannot erase another one of them from the face of the planet, but I
You
can't.
can't come to the gnome dome, baby. What are you gonna do?
As the light of Saren Ray creates a shield that the dagger just glances off.
That's right.
The light of Saren Ray makes the belt.
Well, this last warlock is going to have its last hurrah trying to pull down the gnome that its friend is trying for. Let's see what it gets. We've got a 20, and we've got a 13.
The 20 hits.
20
They
hits.
seem pretty consistent.
Yeah.
It's going to be 5 points of piercing damage.
All right.
You might actually have to take that.
Can't
I'll
do
put that one
anything
back
for
on
that
the.
one.
I'll put that one back on the board.
And I do not fancy this guy's chances. Let's see what
Yeah,
happens.
looking kind of slim over here.
Just put him in the corner.
Nobody puts baby in a corner.
They put themselves in the corner. Drevin's gonna put him in the corner.
Not if I go first, son.
Calvum's gonna pick one of them up and bash his head into the turnbuckle.
Yeah. Gnome dome, baby.
Grab him by the ankles and throw him.
So he pulls out a what is a sizable piece of where is it? There it is. What a sizable piece of cat toy. A roll of that, and he true strikes. I'll take that 17 on the die for an AC of 26.
AC of 26.
Yeah.
Critical hit.
Yeah, baby. You don't come to the gnome dome, baby.
We're down to our little scavengers. The only ones left.
10, 20 points of damage
Oh, nice.
as that roll of balled up.
The undamaged scavenger has this cat toy go right through his buggy Morlock eye.
That's right.
And he collapses.
It did truly. It just bounced off the belt and back into his eye.
That's right.
And he flies back, landing still. You have 1 action left.
No, I don't actually, because I true strike that.
You
so,
did.
yeah.
You did. All right,
I am
Nil.
quite terrified, though. I'm just counting on the rest of the band.
I'm going to be surveying the powdered blood going through the air after the dogs hit. So I'm actually going.
pulverized.
Yeah, it's like a shimmery light,
So
and
distracted.
it's a bit distracting right
Slow
now. So
motion.
I'm going to hold my turn.
Okay.
I pulled a divine smite straight out of D&D.
Yeah.
Like this thing just got obliterated.
Nil is in another dimension in slow motion with Ave Maria just playing.
Right. Exactly.
There was a
firefight.
All right. Well, what's Mocker gonna do?
Well, Mocker,
You got a guy right next to you.
Mocker can't let his floaty little friend be hurt. So I'll go ahead and I will look at this thing and I'll kind of feel bad for a second because it's alone and it's small and we just obliterated all of its friends.
And it's standing in the gnome dome. What are you gonna do?
But then I'll kind of go, well, I don't think they're going to quit. So
Do it.
I
Do
suppose
it.
I have
Stab
to finish
them.
them.
Stab them.
And I'll swing down. I won't even bother to assess its weakness.
Don't go half-hearted on this.
You could take a 5-foot step and be flanking with the gnome dome.
You could be flanking with.
You could be flanking with the gnome
When is the
dome.
gnome ever gonna be?
You're right. I have to flank with the gnome dome. I
There's
have to
only
give
one
him that
opportunity ever.
If it gets back to my turn, I'm going to disappointedly in all of you destroy this thing.
So I didn't move because I wanted the extra attack.
No, that's fair.
All right. Well, flanking with the gnome.
See? That's why I didn't move because I rolled a 1.
You got
some
a hair
cards
point?
No, that's pretty fitting.
No.
I
Yeah,
kind
it's
of like
fitting,
it.
yeah.
I kind of like it.
No.
You
like,
went for a strike, and then Naji's like, and they're like, oh, wait, I could flank with the gnome. And Naji's like, no, don't half-ass this. What are you doing? And then you just strike sparks.
Blinded
off
by the
walls.
glory of Calvum's championship belt.
I'm afraid so. Your attack goes wide. Sparks off the wall.
I'll try it again. He'll bring Naji up and he'll be like, all right, let's do this. I'm feeling really bad about it though. I don't know why.
What was that
flimsy
What was that second
wrist
flimsy
of-
strike?
I don't understand what's happening. I'm not feeling like
This
myself.
creature would eat your bones.
Flip that dice upside down.
It's a 9, so it's not going anywhere.
I don't know. What's your total?
It's a 13.
13 total?
Yeah.
No, you're kind. Oh.
It is
oh,
flanked.
Yeah. You're just off balance.
He doesn't really want to hurt the thing.
14 to do.
All right, Corwin or Nil, whenever Il wants to jump
I
in.
believe in you.
Stand up. Battle medicine myself. Risky surgery. If I roll an 8, I hit the ground.
He stabs himself.
Takes a
with
dull
knife.
spoon out.
Oh, come on.
I rolled an 8. I hit the ground.
Okay, this is why we roll these.
Pull the knife out and then collapse from the pain.
Yep.
Did that just happen?
So normally you go in front of the thing that downed you, which I guess is yourself. So I'm just gonna put you
I'm
right
in a constant
here.
state of dancing and initiative now. I actually can't reach dying 3 because I have put myself in a
You
dying.
just bug out. It just goes, and then you clip through the GM screen and fly across the room at Mach 2.
Oh my gosh. Well,
So-
I guess I should.
You gotta take
Corwin
those
gets
gambles,
up.
man.
Digs up his wound and collapses from his injuries.
Do you get so? Wait. So if you, never mind.
I don't
Doesn't
get to do the
involve-
rest of it because I'm
Yeah,
unconscious
that's
now.
what I thought. I'm like, does it
You
heal
have to roll
No,
the
I guess
damage
not.
first.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I had a 1 in 8 chance to do it, and I did it.
That's great. It's
Um,
beautiful.
Are you gonna step in?
Yeah, but mostly to okay, so
Laugh.
not in, well, kind of.
I spend 3 actions laughing. My turn is over.
No, I guess I'll do this later. I guess I
Reaction
can.
chortle.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna let the pious puppy over here
The
can
Morlocks
handle
couldn't
this.
pull Corwin down.
He can't. He does not have lay on hands currently.
but he did it
I used it on
himself.
myself.
No, for to kill the.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
Trevin,
You
disappointed.
Stepping
are
forward,
disappointed.
I'm going to grab this thing in one big hand.
You're gonna grab it. Roll to grab.
As I reach down, it is much faster
Oh
than
my
anticipated.
gosh, this is the final boss.
It's
You
an
were wrong,
11.
Nick.
The scavenger floats into the air. Tendrils attack you all.
Does an 11 critically fail?
An 11 does not critically fail. The fortitude save on this little guy isn't that great.
Hold still, you damn thing. I'm trying to save you.
It's slashing at you with a knife as you try to grab it.
It just doesn't want to be saved. So
Scuttering away, skittering.
That's all.
So I don't really.
Wait,
Okay.
Wait, did we cut?
Well, I guess I will
It
step in then.
brandishes its knife,
guess
staring at. Well, it's looking around, but it's getting ready to stab someone.
Okay, well, I'm over here just what is happening. Kind of interested in what actually happened to Corwin.
Well, it's very clear he stuck a spoon in his wound and then collapsed
But
from
maybe
shock.
there was a rhyme, and maybe there was a reason for this madness. So I'm kind of interested. But still, I this thing, what I need is more
Viscera.
blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got you. I'm with you.
So I'm going to this energy, this kind of kind of uncomfortable energy zips through all of you, and it is going to have to make a reflex save.
It's gonna have to make a reflex save?
Yes.
it's about to have its bones exploded.
Well, this thing is very, very dodgy as
Oh,
this
gosh.
thing whips out at it. The unsurprisingly at this point, incredibly agile Morlocks. It actually scurries up the wall to flip over this wave that you send out at it. It's going to get a 27.
Ooh, does not critically succeed. So just a regular success, which is oh my gosh, I'm panicking over here. So that is 4 + 3 is 7. So half that is 3.
So what's happening to it?
Did that do damage? That cool stuff. It's basically this negative energy is going to zip, and as it hits, it will actually zip back towards me and zip back into the staff, and the staff kind of vibrates again and starts. I don't know. It just kind of like starts glowing a little
Nifty,
bit.
nifty. So a little red wheel appears across its skin where this tendril just brushed past it.
Yes.
Anything else for Nil?
I can actually pull out. You know, I can.
You've done
pull
more damage
out-
than all the rest of your party members.
I am pretty impressed with myself.
Against this thing.
I will pull out a this is just a cricket leg. Just straight cricket leg, but it's got some seasoning on it.
Sour cream and
So
onion cricket leg.
yeah. So but I
actually
have
doesn't
that
sound
out.
bad.
I do have that out now.
Have it in your hand.
Yes.
All right. So this thing, it's like a goldfish with too much food in the bowl. It's looking around. It doesn't know what to do.
Who do I stab?
It's gonna stab at Mocker. You came up from behind it.
You hear the sound
Sees-
of a hammer getting reloaded.
Yeah.
What does that sound
It
like?
seems like it's.
This thing dying.
Yeah.
Oh, and it draws this knife back to strike and it buries it into
This
Mocker's
is literally
thigh.
the final boss.
I'm going to, because I don't have two hands
27 to hit.
on
Wow.
the hammer. Instead, you just quickly see a lunge down as
It's going to get
You
bite.
can bite it.
I have a
You
bite
have a bite attack. You're only that bite attack.
He's never unarmed.
yeah. All right. So that is 2 lower. So that is a 26.
A 26. Ow. Is it 26 critical hit? Critical bite hit.
Big chomp.
14 damage as I crunch on this thing's neck.
Damage.
For those who don't know, hyenas have intense
They do have
crushing
strong-
pressure
yeah.
on their
Yep.
bite.
Do I also
Strongest
get damage
bite.
reduction 5?
You do.
Oh, yeah.
And you'll take, let me count, 0 damage.
Yum.
As the light of Saren Ray protects you.
I'm a
That happened
follower.
a number of times today is 0 damage.
Yeah,
I like
those
it.
little daggers, man. They, if you didn't have a paladin with you, it would have added up. But
Yeah.
it shrieks in agony, and then in a complete blood fury, starts swinging its dagger at you twice. Oh, I've got a 69 damage. It's 21,
Yeah.
and it's gonna fish for a 20.
No, not that it matters, by the way. I have critical specialization on the hammer. They would have been knocked prone if they hadn't been knocked out of existence.
They are prone, but they're on the ground as a pace.
You'll take 3 points of piercing damage,
They're
sir.
prone to not existing.
And then it's going to get a 19 to hit you on its third
No.
attack. All right, I think so.
It's pretty good, though.
All right, Calvin.
Calvin's freaking out. He pulls out a very wet ball of string. And then suddenly that ball of string bursts into flames, and he throws it into the square which this thing is in. Roll me a reflex save, please.
Reflex.
DC 19.
Save. It's a super dodgy thing, but it looks like its wounds are slowing it down. It's going to get an 18.
Yay! I hit it with the sphere, because otherwise it wouldn't take any damage.
Oh, you did a flaming sphere.
I did. Bummer. 8 damage. Rolled minimum on 2 of the dice, and then maximum on the
missing a
last.
good chunk of its collarbone. It seems that even though this only strikes it lightly, it's enough. The legs come
Came
out.
into the gnome dome, baby!
We're making you a belt.
It
It's pretty phenomenal, honestly. I love it.
collapses from its injuries and expired.
Oh my gosh.
I can't believe it got all the way back around to my turn. I was like, I think the rest of the team will take this out. It's fine, no worries.
I won't have to worry about it. Oh god, oh god, oh god, I am.
Oh no, oh no.
Look, it's not the boss, okay? We can't take it seriously, which means we just don't care, which means we're not gonna hit.
So do we want to fix the unconscious man first, or do we just want to leave that for next session?
Yeah, I believe we have a recovery check.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Because you're dying before anyone.
Unless Altamont can get me, I have a dying check to make.
Anyone?
What, can you heal anybody? Do
you have
any
medicine?
medicine?
I mean, no. Wait.
Give me the die.
I have a potion.
Give me the die.
Pass the die.
I'm not wasting a potion on this.
I'm not wasting a. He's
He
just
always-
dying.
he always-
Fine.
Your cousin's
He
just
did it-
dying on the floor. Don't
He
waste
did it
potions
to
on that.
himself.
Don't pay any mind that I fixed the 3 crossbow wounds entirely.
Look, man, it looks like you're getting worse.
19.
Hey, nice.
You stabilize.
Yep.
All right, so the blood flow stops, and he just kind of lays there and doesn't move.
Can someone fix him?
Yeah, if you give me 10 minutes.
Well,
Hey.
not to
I don't know how to
worry.
do that.
Not to worry, not to worry. I have just a thing for this situation.
Have
And
a cricket legs.
I do have a
Twitching
cricket leg.
leg.
But I'm going to actually look up at our Drevin over here, and I'm going to toss this cricket leg up in the air and be like, this is actually going to be really good. So I toss it at him, and I'm actually going to just regular battle medicine you, or just regular medicine.
Yeah, we're out
Treat
of
wounds.
take
I can do it
I
regular treat wounds.
also have healer's tools, and I'm trained in medicine, so.
I'm excellent at medicine. Thank you very much. Thank
Wisdom
you.
class.
Paladin.
Wisdom class.
Do you actually have like tools?
Yeah.
Hey.
If not,
I'm actually-
Corwin's covered in his.
So yeah, I will just do a
The
regular
tools
medicine
are just
check.
gross.
Going for trained or going for expert?
Just trained is fine.
Okay.
I just need to be conscious, and then I can fix myself.
That is a 14.
That total?
Yes.
Fails.
You kind of work at him and you slap him a little bit. And he kind
Hey.
of lolls from one side. to
Good
the other.
news, it's been 10 minutes. Lay on hands.
6 points. 10 minutes go
Nope.
by.
It's 12 now because we're level 3.
Yeah.
Titan's like a cantrip. It's 12 health.
It's 12 healing.
Yeah, focus spell.
Focus
Um,
cantrip.
You're back.
As we are doing this,
I
though,
wish it was a cantrip.
the stars in eyes over here is unreal. In fact, Drevin has been persistently, probably why I had a terrible time with my medicine check. Drevin, you have felt the eyes very strong admiration for like the last 10 minutes. For sure, you have.
That's why the medicine check failed?
That is why you have like
Not paying attention.
there's for sure you can feel the weight of these stars coming from like the other side of the room, just like blasting you. There's little like stars pelting the side of your face. Overwhelmed with admiration over here. But he does eventually wake up.
Yeah.
Is there any particular reason you decided to knock yourself unconscious?
It was a strategy.
angle. I thought it would be fine. It wasn't. Shut up. I'm taking care of it.
Oh, that wasn't on purpose. Well, that's strange choice.
Good tactic, though.
You look a little disappointed.
You hit that nerve bundle.
I
man.
thought it was
Just
something.
lit you
I
up.
thought it was a new way.
Well,
Look, you're used to dealing with dagger wounds when they got these weird curved blades. They didn't come out right. And I'll be fine in a minute. Just give me some time.
there is some good news for you.
They're dead? Yeah,
They're all
great.
dead, but we can bring the Meaflets down here now.
We ain't bringing them anywhere.
I told them I would.
We're not done.
The things are dead that they
It
said.
doesn't matter. We need to find the boys from the Osprey Club.
Make the Meaflets
Who?
help us.
The fellas from Vin.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm a bit confused.
Sounds
but
fake.
the Meaflets, I did not know the Meaflets were coming down here. Is that so?
This is where they
It's like
used
you
to.
weren't there for that one.
Yeah.
We also don't know if we dealt with all of them. Who knows how much more? There's 2 doors in here. We got more to check over. This could just be one contingent of these folks.
Pretty sure that was the leader right there.
It doesn't mean that's all of them.
That was the fake president.
Plus, I still gotta go
Right.
get that gear out of the thing.
Right.
Are we?
So
Fine.
take a minute so we can catch our breath and get our wounds fixed up.
We also need to finish one thing. How does one swear allegiance to this goddess of yours?
Well, you already stole her holy text, so I'm pretty sure she's not too happy about that.
Conversion.
I dropped to one knee before you.
To accept the Saren way.
Wouldn't even. You
End of stream. End of stream. That was good.
To accept the Saren way, one must simply prove their fealty at the church.
Talk to the little halfling lady. She'll actually give you the holy text.
You.
Give us a minute to fix this.
Faith has blossomed in the darkness of the Abomination vaults today. It's a beautiful sight.
I've accepted her light into my life.
For some reason, Corrin seems entirely unimpressed by this really remarkable event.
I've seen him convert 16 times to 16 different gods. Check his pockets for holy symbol and tell me how many he's got on him today.
Corrin just seems very grumpy at the entire situation for some reason.
Blood loss will do that.
Mocker looks real excited.
Well, we have had quite the fight. The heart of the Ghost Queen Morlocks has been stilled and from its vile beating. With a holy beating, in fact. We had Dreven literally obliterate people. We had Nils' horrendous bag of bugs chew flesh from bones. Oh my goodness.
First of all,
I thought it was quite efficient.
Beauty's in the eye of the beholder, bud.
Corwin, who I think has lost 3 times as much health as was on his character sheet today and lived to tell the tale. And of course, we have Mocker,
Shikaka.
fresh to the light of Saren Ray.
Wait, is that your like converted Sarenway name?
It might as well be. It's a secret name, you see. That's how that works.
Yeah.
And thank you all for being here with us
You get
for
a
this
secret name
grand
when you join
and
Saren Ray.
glorious
This is such
adventure.
a cool religion.
Well, please join us next time. Or if you're part of our Patreon members, you get to see our post show that we're going to do shortly.
Yeah.
Post show.
Yay.
Thank you all for being with us, especially through the vagaries of Florida weather.
Yeah.
And if you want more Pathfinder, Strange Aeons.
Yeah, Strange Aeons coming up on Saturdays. They're into all sorts of stuff. It's basically like shenanigans like this, except they don't even know who they are.
But not this coming weekend, right? Because it's Thanksgiving.
Are we doing it this coming weekend?
I think so. I haven't heard
Oh,
anything
okay.
from AJ or
Well,
anyone else
I
that we're
guess
not
I'll
doing
plan
anything.
Thanksgiving is in the middle of the week.
That's
That-
true.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving's on
I'm
Thursday.
always down for more Pathfinder.
I haven't heard anything of we even missing anybody, so I think we have the full
Then
crew.
let's roll.
Well,
You know
if you
what?
want the announcements, go on the Discord because that's where we do all the
Yeah.
announcements. Then you'll
Well,
know.
you know,
Discord,
if y'all
That's how I
want-
find out stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Discord Spectacular. Join the Discord. You get to see all those announcements coming through. Ask any questions. Interact with a great community. Yeah.
And
You can
Derp.
see us post
Yeah.
teams that
Well,
are
no, I
usually
only-
very bad.
You literally will never see anything out of me unless you tag me, because I'm really bad at that. So
Tag him in everything.
Every post now.
Every
I'm just
post
gonna.
now.
I have moderation. I'll just make a role that is only assigned to him that at everyone's every post silently.
That's horrible.
Can
and it would just tag
Can that
him.
actually happen?
Yeah.
yes,
Oh my god.
I have my ways.
That's cursed.
That is literally a curse.
370
That's like a Discord
notifications.
Shaman curse. That's
you know
horrible.
what's fantastic about stuff like that? The leave button.
I will leave
If
my
you
own
need me, you
Discord.
can DM me.
Have a good night, everybody.